swinging a fly ball to left field deep. Way back! Way back! This ball is gone! A walk-off home run! Newport Gulls win it here in the 11th.
This is the Newport Gulls pregame show, live from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island.
Branham sets, kicks, and deals. Swinging and a strike three. The Newport Gulls are 2009 East Division champions.
Coming up, interviews, stats, standings, lineups, and a whole lot more.
Swinging a high drive to deep right. Oh, is this ball crushed? Way back and gone. Joey Manning with a towering shot. Swinging a high drive to deep left. And you can forget about it. Cal Conley with his third home run of the game.
Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls pregame show starts now on the NECBL Broadcast Network. In his 7th season covering Newport Gulls baseball, here is play-by-play broadcaster Nick Lima.
Good evening and welcome to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where tonight the Newport Gulls will host the New Bedford Bay Sox. For the first time this season at home, Newport 1-0 against the Bay Sox on the road. The big 12-3 victory last weekend. The Gulls split that road trip, and just coming off a split road trip against Eastern Division rivals in the last couple of days, Newport returns home here tonight for a brief homestand as the Gulls host the Bay Sox. It's NECBL baseball, the Newport Gulls and the New Bedford Bay Sox. The pregame show begins now right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field on Newport Gulls. Pregame show continues as we go back and take a look at Newport Gulls history. Today we look at recent history. Before dropping a 13-inning game against the Laconia Muskrats on Saturday night in Laconia, New Hampshire, 7-6 the final score, and also before the Newport Gulls victory last night over the North Shore Navigators 3-1 in Lynn, Massachusetts. The Newport Gulls with the benefit of a walk-off victory of their own here at Cardines Field. On Friday night, Newport hosted the Sanford Mainers for the first time at home this season. And after jumping out to an early lead, the Sanford Mainers battled back and in the 8th inning tied the score 8-all. However, in the bottom of the ninth, the Newport Gulls would prevent any kind of extra inning dramatics as they had some dramatics of their own thanks to some timely hitting in the 9th inning. All right, here we go. Eric Ruth on to face Brendan Kelleher. Bases are loaded with one out in the bottom of the 9th. Winning run at third. Ruth fires the pitch. Looper in to the shortstop. He steps to the bag at second, throws to first. Wild throw! Newport Gulls win it! Gulls win here in the 9th as the throw from the shortstop was wild. Mollenhauer threw it away, and he stepped on the bag at second to get one out. The only hope was to turn the double play. He threw the ball away, and Newport wins it. It'll be a walk-off RBI fielder's choice for Brendan Kelleher. 9-8 your final score. Newport wins it as Zach Algie crosses the plate from third. So the 9-8 win for the Newport Gulls was their first walk-off victory at home on the season. Officially would go in the books as a walk-off fielder's choice as the winning run came home from third base. And the Newport Gulls, for that moment, took possession of first place in the NECBL Eastern Division, tied with the Sanford Mainers. Still a long way to go, of course, here in the season. And as our Newport Gulls pregame show continues, George Bissell is next. He has Newport Gulls pitching coach Jeff Walker with the Gulls Eye View.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm joined today with the pitching coach of the Newport Gulls, Jeff Walker. Thanks for joining me, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and what do you do?
Originally, I'm from Northern California, but I coach at Loyola Marymount, which is located in Los Angeles, and that's where I currently am now.
So what's it like coming from the West Coast all the way here to the East Coast here in Newport?
I have been to the East Coast, not this far north, though. I did spend a summer in the Coastal Plains League. It was a little bit warmer in this, though, so it's a different experience, but I'm glad to be here.
So your first experience is here in Newport, correct?
First experience in Newport.
So what are your overall impressions 8 games into the season?
League seems like it's very competitive. People here are fantastic. They treat you well. it's been a positive experience.
All right, so last night, Pat Light spun a gem, 7 innings, an unearned run. He had 5 strikeouts. He didn't walk anybody, and his strikeout-to-walk ratio was almost 3-1. So an impressive outing from Light, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, he got ahead of hitters, let him put the ball in play, did have a few strikeouts. He got us going, and then we had Brownie make his return back here, and he threw one, and Farrell closed it out. So overall, it was a great performance by the pitching staff, and Pat Light sure is the second strong outing of the year.
So it's becoming a nightly occurrence seeing strong performances on the mound from Gulls pitchers. How much of an impact have you had on that, would you say?
Nothing. I just try to stay out of their way. We're fortunate we do have some good arms and some talented kids. We're still getting in the process of getting everybody here, and then everybody's role will kind of shake out from there. But just got one new arm in today. Brownie came in last night, so things are starting to take place.
All right, so let's turn our attention to tonight's game against New Bedford. Mark Appel on the mound. What do you think Mark's going to do tonight for the Gulls?
This is Mark's first start of the summer. He got 7 pitches in the other night, got him on the mound. We're looking for 5 innings out of him, between 70 and 80 pitches. He started and relieved during the school year for Stanford, so expect good things from him.
So we had discussion on the bus last night about Nick Lima now. He's been a little unlucky for you guys. I'm 4-0, so you think about booting Nick from the bus the next road trip?
Well, he's definitely not going to be sitting in the same seat. Both times he decided to climb in the first seat, which is normally for coaches, and then we went extra innings and lost, and then he tried to do the same thing 2 nights ago, and we went extra innings and lost. So, if we do have him on the bus, he's definitely not going to be sitting in the same seat.
Good to hear. Thank you very much, Coach, for joining me. Thank you very much.
Glad to be here.
So that's all for the Gulls Eye View. I'm George Bissell. Nick Lima will be back next with more on the Newport Gulls pregame show here on the NACBL Broadcast Network.
Back here at Cardines Field, now time for the manager show, joined by Newport Gulls field manager Mike Coombs. Skipper, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. The Newport Gulls splitting another road trip over the weekend.
Yeah, like I told the kids last night, we like 3-1 at home and 2-3 on the road. You want to try to stay above that. At least split on the road, but you like to be ahead of that, and we're 3-1 at home. So, yeah, of course I'm greedy, and I told them I'm greedy. I like to have it my way, but that's what you got to go with. But you try to split on the road.
Recapping the trip, Skipper, on Saturday, the Newport Gulls took on the Laconia Muskrats on the road for the first time this season. Of course, Newport defeated Laconia last Monday here at Cardines 11-3. Very different game, certainly, on Saturday, but a game which the Newport Gulls never really lost sight and still fought back in the later innings.
Yeah, made a couple miscues early on and didn't get the outs that we should have got, and we gave them some runs, and then we battled back all night. Tied it up, went 13 innings, got home at 3:30. Good night.
Newport Gulls moved on the next night, though, and defeated the North Shore Navigators 3-1.
Yeah, we here again, another lefty threw against us, and we didn't figure it out for a while, and the game went on a little bit, and then they brought a relief guy in. We got to him a little bit, posted 3 runs, so Pat Light threw a heck of a game, so that was good.
Of course, backtracking a little more, on Friday night, the Newport Gulls jumped out to a big lead over the Sanford Mainers. Sanford battled back in that game, but it was the Gulls in the 9th inning that would walk away victorious.
Yeah, that's kind of like what we did the other night against Laconia. They posted 6 on the board, and next thing you know, we're tying at 6-6 in the 9th, and Seth Simmons goes out and threw 4 great innings, and we just couldn't get anything across for him. But, yeah, that happened with Sanford, and we scored. It was like 8-1, 8-2, and they just coming back, and we didn't post anything else up there.
So the Gulls offense has certainly been rolling in the first couple weeks here of the season. A real good story from that extra inning loss on Saturday was Seth Simmons going 4 scoreless innings and almost perfect in that relief outing.
Yeah, after the game, their GM said to me, they go, I'm glad you took Seth out. And I said, well, he's basically a closer, and we got his pitch count up a little bit too much, and I had to take him out. I'm not going to burn him up in one game there, so got him out of there.
So just a little bit of Ma Capel here actually on Cardines Field on Friday night, get a third inning of work. He'll get his first start today as a Newport Gull.
Yeah, we try to give each kid a little, shot coming in, give them an inning or two, so get used to the mound, the surroundings, and see what they got before we throw them out there to the Wolves. But Mark looks like he's a very composure kid. Free and easy mechanics, does a good job with that. So he's, we're looking forward to seeing him pitch here at Cardines and pitch in the NECBL.
The seats and the buses to those away games have been filling up a little bit more now. One was added for yesterday's game, and that was now three-time Gull Jeff Brown.
Yeah, Brownie's back in. In fact, we threw him out again last night for an inning, let him get his feet wet up at North Shore, and he threw the ball very well. Yeah, I think we have 26 players as it looks right now.
So offensively, things have been rolling. Defensively, there have been a few errors here and there. Is that just a product of the infield not working with each other much yet?
When I played, you just, some days you have days where you make a miscue, and you hope you don't make another one. You don't want to make one, but you can't be tentative. You got to go out and play. And these guys play hard, and you can't get on them for making a miscue. I'm not going to yell at them for that, So, I mean, it's something that, happens in ball games, and miscues are miscues. So you don't like them, but sometimes that happens. We had one error last night. The other team played a clean game, and like I said, the other game up there against Laconia, I think we had 5 errors.
Finally, Coach, in the last 3 days, the Gulls bullpen has been tapped pretty heavily. What's the depth looking at in the bullpen right now for tonight's game?
Well, we got a new pitcher in, a left-hander from St. John's. Kevin Kilpatrick is here, so we got him. We got Francisco in, and Brownie's in. So we're okay right now. We'll be fine. Just to figure it out, it'll be a little time to look and see who's doing what and what do we got going on.
Nick is looking sharp, Coach.
Thank you.
Look at him.
Thank you. Yes, Nick always looks good. But anyway, so we'll just go with what we got tonight and see what we got going down, brother.
Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, thank you for joining us. We'll catch up with you here on Friday.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Nick.
That's our pregame visit with Mike Coombs. Newport Gulls baseball is next on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Once again from Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as we get set for baseball, the Newport Gulls pregame show continues. I'm Nick Lima, joined by George Bissell here on the NECBL Broadcast Network as the Gulls host the New Bedford Bay Sox for the first time at home this season. Newport 1-0 against the Bay Sox. Last time out against this team, it was a big win for the Newport Gulls. George Bissell.
Great to be back, Nick Lima, and just what you said, it was a big win. The offense exploded for Newport. They scored 12 runs, took home the easy win on the road in New Bedford.
So it's the Gulls and the Bay Sox. These two teams will meet 4 more times this season, but the Eastern Division rivals, the rivalry that goes all the way back to when New Bedford was in Torrington for so many years, these really are one of the biggest rivalries in the NECBL, Newport and New Bedford. They won't meet again until July. Hard to believe that only 2 games in June. They'll meet 4 more times in July. The next time they'll meet will be July 4th. So these two teams will try and go at it here tonight. As New Bedford looks to even up the season series, the Gulls look to keep rolling after a big win last night against the North Shore Navigators.
North Shore last night, the story was the starting pitching in that game. Creighton Bear for North Shore was dominant through 5, but Pat Light outlasted him. Light pitched 7 innings through 88 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. So he struck out 5, didn't walk any batters. And Jeff Brown made his first appearance of the season for the Gulls, and John Farrell shut down North Shore in the 9th. So the Gulls took home the victory 3-1 last night at historic Fraser Field up in Lynn, Massachusetts. So the Gulls get back on the winning track on the road, look to continue, build a 2-game winning streak here tonight.
So it's the Newport Gulls and the New Bedford Bay Sox. We'll be back with out-of-town scores and other action going on around the NECBL next as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field, here in Newport, Rhode Island. Our pregame show continues. Action around the NECBL. The entire Western Division has the day off today, and only Eastern Division matchups are posted. Laconia Muskrats on the road at Lowell. The All-Americans host Laconia today. Laconia in third place right now in the NECBL East. Lowell in fifth place. The North Shore Navigators on the road as well, looking for their first win of the season after the Gulls dealt them their fifth loss last night. Sanford Mainers are hosting North Shore. Both games start at 6:30. We'll have live updates from those ballparks throughout this contest here tonight. No other action again around the league as the whole Western Division has a night off. In the ACBL Eastern Division right now, Sanford Mainers are 6-2 in first place, one game ahead of the second place Newport Gulls, who are 5-3. Third place Laconia Muskrats are 5-4, game and a half back. 2 games back of the New Bedford Bay Sox. They've only played 4 games. They're 2-2 on the season. Game 5 for them is tonight. The Lowell All-Americans are 2-3, 2.5 back, and the North Shore Navigators still winless are 0-5, down 4.5 games out of first place early here in the season. In the ACBL Western Division, Northampton Steelcats are 5-2 in first place. Half a game back are both the Danbury Westerners and Bristol Collegiate team. They're both 4-2. 2-2 are the Holyoke Blue Sox, a game and a half back. 2-5 are the Keene Swamp Bats, 3 games back. And the Vermont Mountaineers run out the Western Division, 4 games back. They are 2-7, though they have won the last couple of games. Or 2 of their last 3, in fact. Last night, around the NECBL, again, the Newport Gulls defeated the North Shore Navigators on the road. It was their second road victory this season, and now 2-2 in the road. Newport over North Shore, 3-1. Keene over Vermont, 4-2, as the Swamp Bats halted the Mountaineers' brief winning streak. Laconia defeated Bristol, Bristol defeated Laconia 4-1 at Muzzy Field in Connecticut. The Lowell All-Americans were shut out by the Sanford Mainers 4-0, and the Northampton Steelcats rolled past the Holyoke Blue Sox 9-4. Again, the Gulls coming off a road trip here after they lost in 13 innings on Saturday night. After coming back to tie the score down 6-3 in the 9th inning, they couldn't get the go-ahead run across. Lost in 13 innings on a walk-off, bases-loaded walk, 7-6 to the Muskrats. Again, the Gulls won last night against the North Shore Navigators, 3-1. New Bedford Bay Sox last played on Saturday. They fell to the Sanford Mainers 7-3. We'll be back. Starting lineups next on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field here in Newport. Special night here in the city by the sea. It is batting for breast cancer night. Some players will be donning the pink bats here. They're all wearing the pink wristbands. As the first pitches of tonight's ball game are thrown out. One of them being thrown out by Miss Teen Rhode Island, throwing out the first pitch here tonight on batting for breast cancer night at Cardines Field. Starting lineups for today's ball game. First for the visiting New Bedford Bay Sox. Here again is George Bissell.
The lineup for the New Bedford Bay Sox, submitted by manager Ray Ricker, leading off. Trevor Stevens, the shortstop, batting second. Eric Harbotts at third base. And the 3 spot, Zach Morton playing second base. In the cleanup spot, Mike Greco in right field. The DH, Adam Nelson, bats fifth. Matt Chavez batting sixth is in left. Dan Hogg is at first base. In the 8th spot, Anthony Italiano at catcher. And the last in the order, Drew Dwelly playing center field.
Let's take it down to the field.
In honor of Polly Vogt. Polly was a Yankees fan, a Gulls fan, and the mother of 2 Gulls volunteers, Teddy and Jacob. Her family is with us in the audience tonight. Please, let's take a moment of silence in memory of Polly. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Lauren Bailey, who will sing our national anthem.
Lauren Bailey to sing the national anthem. Let's keep it down at the field level.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Lauren Bailey with the national anthem here at Cardines Field. We're batting for breast cancer tonight. Continuing with the starting lineups, George Bissell just finished up the New Bedford Bay Sox. Starting tonight for the Newport Gulls against that Bay Sox lineup is Mark Appel. Appel, making his first start, second appearance overall for the season for the Newport Gulls. The Stanford University Cardinal was 2-1 and he had an ERA of 5.92 this spring at Stanford. He's a freshman, a right-hander on the mound for the Newport Gulls. Eric Swegman gets the start for the Bay Sox.
Eric Swegman, a junior from Cummings, Georgia. Actually pitches for Georgia as a Bulldog. 15.63 earned run average. 0-3, 6 appearances, 4 starts. 6'5", 220 pounds. He's pitched 5 innings so far this season for the Bay Sox. He's 1-0, allowed only 3 earned runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .400 against him. Now Nick Lima here for the Newport Gulls starting lineup.
Derek Legg is the second baseman, leads things off tonight. Brandon Kelleher in his usual spot, batting second, starting in left field. The shortstop is Kane DeKroger, who's had a 7-for-14 start to the season, batting .500 coming into the game tonight. He bats third. The cleanup man is Kevin Caranto, the designated hitter. Batting fifth, Bryce Nugent, the catcher. Matt Blow is the first baseman, batting sixth. In the seventh spot is Zach Elgie, the right fielder. Dan Gamache is the third baseman, batting eighth. And rounding out the order for the Newport Gulls, center fielder Kyle Johnson. Umpires for tonight's game, Mark Furtado, calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Roger Saraiva around the bases. Game time temperature around 67 degrees under mostly sunny skies here in Newport. A south-southwest wind blows at 5 to 15 miles per hour from left to right across the diamond. First pitch is next here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field as we get set for baseball. Mark Appel make his second appearance of the season for the Newport Gulls. This is his first start, while manager Mike Coombs and Bay Sox manager Ray Ricker go over the ground rules. If the umpire crew tonight will pause and take 10 seconds for station identification here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD, Newport Gulls Baseball celebrating 10 years on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
So almost ready to go here at Cardines Field. Mark Appel, the starter tonight for the Newport Gulls. Out of Stanford University, he worked 38 innings this spring, 44 hits, 28 runs, 25 of them earned. He walked 19, struck out 26. Drafted by the Detroit Tigers in 2009 in the 15th round. Appel features a fastball, changeup, and a slider. And from what we're told, he can touch the mid-90s. That fastball. He did make one appearance for the Gulls. That was on June 11th. He actually picked up the win and worked just a third of an inning, producing a walk and a ground out to the third baseman in the top of the ninth to get the final defensive out for the Newport Gulls. Newport will go on to win it in a walk-off fielder's choice on Friday night here at Cardines Field. That was his tune-up outing out of the bullpen, just a third of an inning for Appel. So we haven't seen much of him yet. I don't think we get to see his full pitch selection that night. He's throwing his final warm-up pitches as the shadows creep towards home plate here. Under sunny skies for once. It's been a cloudy and very gray week here throughout New England. A lot of clouds, rain showers, and thunderstorms. But we're clear for tonight. No rain in the area. Radar is clear. The skies are clear. None of these sunny skies. The leadoff man, Trevor Stevens, for the New Bedford Bay Sox, will step up from the left side. Stevens batting 1,000 here. He's 1 for 1 on the young season. First pitch fastball is on the outside corner. A called strike, and we're underway here in Newport. Nick Lima, George Bissell here in the ACBL Broadcast Network. Ian Abreu has the night off. The 0-2 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Counting is 0-2 on Stevens, the shortstop, who's only hit on the season, and his only official at bat was a double.
I was looking forward to seeing Ian tonight.
Fastball's outside, ball one. Of course, you and Ian worked together a week ago now, Saturday, in the Gulls' 12-3 defeat, or victory over New Bedford. Fastball, strike three, called on the inside corner. Well, that one had some movement on it. Started outside, moved inside. Stevens, first strikeout victim of Mark Appel.
There's that mid-90s fastball you're talking about, right on the inside corner.
Number 6.
No way anyone's going to make contact with that pitch.
He's from Wichita State University.
The one out quickly here, and Eric Hobbits will bat now. Hobbits batting .267 from the left side, takes a fastball in there for a strike. Appel's been pounding the strike zone thus far. Hobbits is 4 for 15, no homers, 2 RBI. You won't see a lot of stats here tonight for the New Bedford Bay Sox. They haven't played many games yet. Pitch is a screamer but foul on the first base sign as he turned on a breaking ball inside.
Only played 4, 2-2. Of course, the Gulls 1-0 against the Bay Sox in this young season.
Newport 5-3 in the season. Played twice as many games. His pitch is low, ball 1. Bay Sox making just their second road trip of the season. They are 0-1 on the road. The 1-2 pitch fouled away, and Hobbit stays alive. He leads the team right now with 3 walks, but also has 4 strikeouts. It's tied for second
Better call.
on New Bedford.
Glass.
Crowd filtering in here at Cardines Field. Not expecting a sellout tonight. Still school going on, but one of the larger crowds we've seen for a weeknight. The pitch is up and away. Ball 2. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado and the veteran Roger Saraiva patrols the bases tonight. He kicks and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Just inside ball 3. The count was worked full as Bryce Nugent tried to frame it. Set the defense for you. Matt Blows at first. Derek Legg, the second baseman. Kenny DeCroger at short. Dan Gamache at third outfield left to right. Brendan Kelleher, Kyle Johnson, Zach Elgie. Bryce Nugent catches Mark Appel, who sends a fastball inside ball 4. It's a 1-out walk issued to Eric Hobbits. It's 4th of the season.
Good eye there by Hobbits. Pitched well outside. Watched it go by.
Batting third.
1 out, 1 on. Here's Zach
Second
Morton.
baseman, number
Morton is
35,
0 for 2
Morton
this season, but has a pair of walks.
Northwestern University and Evanston,
He's
Illinois.
always showed off some early patience at the plate thus far. The pitch. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Very pronounced strike call from Mark Furtado. He's one of the louder umpires in the league when it comes to that.
You can tell if it's a strike or not.
Says the ball call very loud too, but he's very animated motion with the strike call.
That too.
From the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball ripped into right field. That will drop down for a base hit. Played on a low hop by Zach Elgie. Hobbit stops at second. Morton is on with a 1-out single, and there are 2 on here with 1 away. For the cleanup man, Mike Greco.
Greco out of USC, a redshirt sophomore. Set up no official at-bats for USC, but on the season he's batting .200, 1 for 5. He does have 2 RBI
Fourth,
to go along with 1 walk.
Number 31, Mike
Greco.
Greco from the University
1
of
for
Southern
5 at 200,
California,
2 RBI.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
In the start in right field for the Bay Sox tonight. Takes the first pitch fastball down the middle for strike 1. Morton at first. Hobbits at second as the Bay Sox threaten early here. These 2 rivals have a long history, going back till 2001. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. A nice slider from Acapel. Pell has finished up his freshman season. This is his first summer playing collegiate baseball. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Struck him out on 3 pitches. There's a big second out here in the first. The cleanup man goes down swinging for Adam Nelson. Nelson, the DH, batting .333. He's
Batting
5 for
fifth.
15 to lead the team.
Designated hitter. Number
So has a home run, the only
Adam
Bay Sox with a home
Nelson.
run this season. Also
From
leads the team with
Villanova
4 runs
University
batted in.
and St.
Has a pair of
Joseph,
doubles as well. So
Missouri.
Nelson certainly an offensive leader for New Bedford thus far, batting in the 5th spot tonight. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right. But on comes the right fielder Elgie to reach up and make the catch for the out that retires the side. Bay Sox strand a pair, get nothing, and after half an inning from Cardines Field, New Bedford nothing. Newport Gulls coming up here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Derek Legg, Brendan Kelleher, Kane DeKroger, the starting three to face Eric Swegman for the Bedford Bay Sox. Gulls have not faced Swegman yet this season, so this is their first look at the right-hander.
One of the few pitchers they didn't face in their previous meetings. Swegman 1-0, thrown 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 8 hits, no walks. He's hit 2 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, struck out 4. Opponents are batting .400 against him. He's only appeared in 1 game, and that was a start, which he won. So we'll see what Swegman can do, a junior from Georgia.
Apologize if there's any audio interference in tonight's game. There's a speaker that's inconveniently placed directly in front of us here at Cardanes Field, and it's either blown or there's something wrong with it. It's rattling. So that's being picked up very heavily by our microphones here right behind home plate at Cardanes. Of course, you can always email us, broadcast@newportgulls.com, with any problems, and let us know. We'll do our best to correct them. That's broadcast@newportgulls.com. Derek Legg takes the first pitch up and away, ball 1, off the arm of Eric Swegman. The Bulldog making his second start of the season for the Bay Sox. Pitch. Fastball's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Looks in, gets the side from his catcher. Kicks and delivers. The right-hander's 1-1 pitch is fouled off the pole that holds up the screen on the left side. It's 1-2 on Legg, who comes in at 281. He's 9 for 32. No homers, 7 RBI. That's second on the team. A double. 7 walks. Also second behind Kevin Carato. 1-2 pitch is looped down the left field line. Going back, Hobbart's the third baseman on the edge of the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. And there's 1 away. Swegman, native of Cumming, Georgia. His last start came against the North Shore Navigators on June 8th. Picked up the win. Worked 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, all of them earned. 8 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, but he did hit 2 batters through a wild pitch. The ERA sits at 5.40 on the season. 1 away from Brendan Kelleher. It's at 342, 13 for 38. The pitch. 7 there for a strike. Some of these Gulls averages have dropped down to slightly less than superhuman numbers, being up in the 500 level for the first couple weeks of the season. Next one is inside, ball 1.
The only guy I think who could legitimately hit 500 over the course of this summer, Kenny DeKroger, the shortstop. He's been incredible.
1-1.
A couple of games.
Breaking ball in the outside corner. It's 1-2. Yeah, we've heard nothing but great things about Kenny. He's a legend in his hometown.
Oh. Out of Woodside, California, a freshman at Stanford. He's only played 3 games, hitting 500.
1-2 pitch, line down the right field line, foul. I will bounce off the paneling along the Mudville pub that was newly renovated and just opened a couple months ago after being closed off all of last summer. A famous little restaurant and bar that has a seating area overlooking Cardanes Field. They haven't fixed the fencing in it yet. Those fans are right out in the open over there. 1-2 is grounded foul on the third base side, and Kevin Winterow tries to make a one-hopper play, but bounces off his bare hand. Should give those third base coaches gloves.
Just for self-defense, you'd think.
To make them dive after it. Show off their athleticism. The 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Italiano.
I think
it's 2-2.
There was a play recently. It was at a White Sox Cubs game in that series this week. The ball boy picked up a fair ball.
Oh, I saw that.
Threw it in the stands. They took his glove away.
2-2 pitches, shot foul. I think the umpire took his glove away and handed it to one of the police officers that stands on the foul lines. That certainly is embarrassing. It happens a lot, though, with all those young fans and young ball boys and ball girls along the foul lines in Major League Baseball. So 2-2 is outside ball 3. Happens a lot at the minor league level, too.
Nobody's perfect. So that's Jim Joyce. Everybody makes mistakes.
Jim Joyce recently selected as the best umpire in baseball.
In the SI Players Poll. 100 players.
3-2 pitches, swung on and missed, strike 3.
Of course, C.B. Bucknor on the wrong end, along with Joe West, voted the worst umpires by major leaguers in a survey.
I wonder who the best umpire would be here in the NCBL this year.
got two of the best here,
Kenny
I'd say.
DeCroga.
Two of the better ones. Of course, we had 2008 Umpire of the Year, Bruce James, behind the plate last night
Oh, was he in North Shore?
in North Shore.
Keller strikes out. Here's a ground ball to the right side on 2 hops, fielded by Dan Howe. Step on the back himself. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Eric Swegman here in the first, and went through 1 inning in Carden's Field. No score between the Gulls and the Bay Sox here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. A no score. We go to the second inning here at Carden's. Mark Appel worked out of a little bit of a jam in the first after giving up a 1-out walk and a single. Struck out 2 in the inning.
It's time for the Chris Electric bat spin. In the middle of it.
Matt Chavez, Dan Howe, and Anthony Italiano will get their first look at Appel of the season. Looks like they had a little bit of a delay in setting up the between inning contest here tonight. They almost would have started right after Appel finished warming up. That wouldn't have been good.
No. Of course, we had an incident last night. Crocs, the mascot for the Navigators, slid into home plate and forced it, almost leveled them behind the plate, getting ready to set up for warm-up tosses. They had rounding the bases contest. Crocs almost took one right off the noggin.
First pitch misses ball 1. The next delivery. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 1-1 on Chavez, who coming into the night's game, is batting .300, 3 for 10. He's had 4 strikeouts. His first 10 at bats. This one's outside.
Out of the University of Southern Florida, he's a junior. Also has one of only 3 stolen bases on the club this season.
2-1 the count. The pitch. Fastball rocketed down the right field line. Just foul. Couple of scouts in the stands here to our left. They have their radar guns trained on Mark Appel.
We'll have to ask for a reading.
Well, there is a radar gun functioning actually tonight, right
Oh.
below the scoreboard.
There you go.
If you can read it, it's kind of far down that line. The 2-1 pitch is taken high. The changeup, 2-2, 84 miles an hour on that one. Appel works quickly. The 2-2 pitch is low and away. It's actually the 3-2 pitch. And it's a leadoff walk to Chavez. So here's Dan Howe.
The first
Howe at
baseman,
.231.
number
He's 3 for
10,
13.
Dan Howe
No RBI
from
with 3
Wheaton
doubles.
College
Leads the
and
team
Andover,
in that
Massachusetts.
category.
Let's talk about leadoff walks. Always come back to haunt you as a pitcher. Let's see if Appel can work around it.
This one is lined in center field, and it'll be caught on the run by Kyle Johnson. And throw goes into second as Chavez retreats. And there's 1 out. 2 more to get. Anthony Italiano is batting .200, 2 for 10 on the year
The catcher,
with an RBI.
number 2, Anthony Italiano from Boston College and West Sayville, New York.
So Italiano will bat here with a runner at first. No score yet in this one. We're in the second inning. As the Shadows have now passed the third baseline, creeping their way towards the pitcher's mound. Sunny skies here. Barely a cloud in sight. The pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. And a nice delivery from Pell. And Italiano fooled on the first pitch. He was way out in front of it. But the Gulls are sporting the pink bats tonight. A lot of fans in the stands right now have the pink ribbons on. Given away at the gate.
Tonight, batting for breast cancer night.
Ground ball to short. Up with it to Kruger. Hands a second. Out there on a first. Double play. 4-6-3. A textbook double play for the Newport Gulls. The walk is harmless. And we played an inning and a half of baseball here at Carden's Field. No score between the Gulls and the Bay Sox right here as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Carden's Field. No score to go to the last and the second. Just a reminder, This copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NCBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written permission of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
The designated hitter, number
The
33,
DH to lead things off here in the second batting the cleanup spot tonight, Kevin Caranto.
from Siena
We've seen
College
his average fall to just
Hopkinton.
355. Very impressive, 11 for 31, leads the Gulls with 8 walks. He has a 500 on-base percentage. The pitch. Inside corner, a strike. Inside corner is hot tonight for home plate umpire Mark Furtado. Calling it to both batters, left-hand and right-handers. The 0-1. Again, that same spot for strike 2, and Swegman picks up on Furtado's strike zone quickly.
Just keep attacking. If they're going to give you that call, go after it. Keep pounding in the strike zone.
0-2, wild pitch goes to the backstop, and Karam is right back towards the home plate area. It's picked up by Caranto, who hands it off to the catcher, Italiano.
You wonder if maybe that one slipped out of his hand a little early. Way outside.
It will be ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball. That one's a little bit too far inside as Caranto twists out of the way. Caranto, Nugent, Blow due up here in the second inning. He pinwheels the bat from the left-handed batter's box. The 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped off the catcher's mask. Set the defense for you. Dan Howe is at first base. Zach Morton at second. Trevor Stevens, the shortstop. Eric Hobbits, the third baseman. Outfield from left to right. Matt Chavez, Drew Dwelly, Mike Greco, and Anthony Italiano catches Eric Swegman. Works on the windup, kicks and delivers the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Swegman. And he's retired 4 straight. Now Bryce Nugent, the Gulls catcher.
The catcher,
He's had a great start to the season at the plate. He's 5th in the NECBL in batting average at .382 and has more at-bats than many of those players in front of him. He's 13 for 34, no homers, 4 RBI, 3 doubles, 13 hits to lead the Newport Gulls, just 1 strikeout in those 34 at-bats. He fouls the first pitch up the first base line for strike 1.
Making solid contact. Staple in this lineup for manager Mike Coombs early on.
Nugent right now, the hardest batter in the league to strike out. He also bats left-handed. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Nugent hit .325 with 4 home runs and 48 RBIs as a redshirt junior for the Marist Red Foxes this spring. So 1-1. This is low. Oh, it's probably the largest weekday crowd we've had here. Many of them donning pink shirts for batting for breast cancer night. The 2-1. Swung on foul towards the Gulls bullpen. The count even at 2-2. All the ladies were given free pink roses upon entry to the ballpark. Many of them are holding them around the stands. Once you give it a rose, not much you can do with it. You can't really put it down, I guess. The 2-2 foul to the screen. A defensive swing at a high pitch from Swegman.
It's a heck of a cut just to stay alive there. You talk about Nugent being the hardest man to strike out. Saw it right there. Heck of a defensive swing.
Swegman works quickly. Once again, the 2-2 pitch. Waved at and missed. Strike 3. Nugent gave a one-handed swing there. That one, as he thought about checking it, realized he wasn't going to stop and just went followed through. The pitcher was way up and away.
Just a weak wave. He already committed to going after, and it was well outside. Couldn't stop his bat. That's the second strikeout of the season for Nugent.
Just number 2 for Bryce. Now Matt Blow takes the first pitch fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. That's already 3 strikeouts for Eric Swegman. Blow at 500, he's 2 for 4 with an RBI, pair of walks. The pitch, ground ball right side, that's through for a base hit, right past the first baseman Dan Howe. Blow is on with a 2-out single, the first base runner for the Newport Gulls. Matt now 3 for 5 on the season. As the Virginia Tech Hokie leads off at first base, Zach Elgie will bat here.
right fielder,
LG
number 21, Zach.
making his
LG
first start at home.
from the University
Of course, he
of
was
Kansas.
the hero on
He resides
Friday
in
night. His
Minot,
leadoff double in the
North
ninth
Dakota.
ended up producing the winning run for the Newport Gulls. 9-8 wild win over the Stanford Mainers. Takes the first pitch, low for ball 1. Elgie at 200, 2 for 10. That double is lone extra base hit. The 1-0. Fastball is at the knees for a strike. It's in a very wide strike zone by Mark Furtado tonight, though it's been consistent.
That's what we talked about last night with Bruce James. He's consistent, both sides getting the exact same calls on both sides of the plate.
Breaking ball is also in there for a strike, 1-2.
Of course, LG, a native of Marat, North Dakota. Don't meet many ball players from North Dakota.
Next pitch, fastball is popped up foul to the right side. Beyond the grandstands, which continue to fill here at Cardines, out of play. A ball and 2 strikes on LG. Dan
Better
Gamache
ball.
waits on deck with 2
Newport
outs and
Blast.
runner at first. LG hit 226, 4 homers, 14 RBI, a double and a triple for the Kansas University Jayhawks as a sophomore. From the set, the 1-2, swung on, foul, tipped around the plate area. LG out in front of a fastball, just got a piece of it. I'd rather an off-speed pitch that time. Way out in front of it. Bruce James was the umpire of the year here in the NDCBL back in 2008. Danny Collins was named umpire of the year last season. As the pitch is low, rolls away, but not too far from the catcher Italiano for ball 2. Dan Collins, umpire of the year last year for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons.
Quite an honor.
Well, if there's a favorite umpire in the NACBL, it may very well be him. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air into shallow center field. In comes Drew Dwelly. Out, and he will slide and make the catch. And Zach Morton actually made the catch coming in behind him. Dwelly slid, and Morton came over him and took it away from Dwelly.
Almost scary collision there in the outfield. But LG's retired.
That'll do it here in the second. So after 2, Newport goes straight a runner. They've left 1. And still no score here from Cardines Field between the Bay Sox and the Gulls as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. The 3rd inning already here in Newport. No score as Ma Capel out for a 3rd inning of work.
The center fielder, number 30,
They'll face 9, 1, and 2 as Drew Dwelly to bat here.
And resides in New Bedford.
Dwelly at 5 for 19, batting .263 in the season. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Dwelly has appeared in all 4 of the Bay Sox's previous games. Leads the team in at bats as he takes a strike. Another pitch missing for ball 2.
Of course, stole 2 bases. Been the first inning between these 2 teams. Junior out of Barry University.
2-0 pitch. Fastball in the knees for a strike. Has 4 strikeouts in his 19 at-bats. That one's in there for a strike from 2-0. He's worked the count even at 2-2. Top of the order up next. Pels fan 2 thus far to go with a pair of walks and a single. A sharp double play ball to end the second inning. This one's hit up the middle. Tough play for DeKroger. Fields it behind the second base bag. Throws the first in time for the out.
Another excellent play from Kenny DeKroger. You see that defensive prowess. Outfielding it behind the bag. Tosses over for the out.
DeKroger showing he has not only offensive talent for the Newport Gulls, but great defensive talent as well.
Number 3, Trevor.
Those special
Stevens.
defenders, they make the difficult plays look routine.
To the top of the
Right
order we
there.
go, and Trevor Stevens, who fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. He struck out in the first inning. Gulls waiting another potential shortstop to arrive. That's David Bentrot of the University of Washington. Benchard played for the 09 championship squad. He just finished up his junior year for the Huskies. The 0-1 is in there. Strike two.
Of course, Stevens struck out looking to lead off the ball game. Behind right here.
The next pitch. Swung on, looped. Right at the Kroger, who leaps and makes the catch. A leaping catch by Kenny DeKroger. This is his second great defensive play in the inning. His third of the ball game. That's probably the most spectacular of the three thus far.
Look completely unfazed, timed the jump perfectly. Stevens retired for the second time tonight. Can't say enough good things about Kenny DeKroger. He's only played 3 games. So he had a couple spectacular plays on both sides of the ball.
First pitch to Eric Hobbits is inside ball 1. So the defense behind Appel so far tonight. They've had a couple of shaky games with 2 or 3 errors. 4 2 nights ago in Laconia, as this one's twisted foul to the left side. But Mike Coombs mentioned it in the pregame show. These fielders start to get to know each other better. Once they played a few games together, they'll really get into a good rhythm. They're expecting great things from the defense this year. Pitch is again fouled off for strike 2. Defense has been an Achilles heel for the Newport Gulls. Some of the recent seasons, particularly in 2008, when defensive miscues cost Newport a few games, including Game 2 of the then Southern Division Finals. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, chopped foul. Right off of Hobbits' foot. He'll walk that off for a moment. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado will walk the ball out to Appel. Give Hobbits a few seconds. Of course, the defense was sharp last year for Newport. It was very sharp in 2005 as well. Players like Sean McGill and Mike Cafrani. Newport won the championship that year. The 0-2 swung on and popped up. It'll be playable in the infield. Who wants it? In comes the third baseman, Dan Gamache. Runs it down in front of the pitcher's mound for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Mark Appel, the Newport Gulls defense. We have played 2.5 from Cardines Field. Still, Newport Gulls nothing. New Bedford Bay Sox nothing here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. 8-9-1 up for the Newport Gulls. Managed 1 hit so far off of Eric Swegman. Came off the bat of Matt Blow in the second inning. He was left on base. Swegman has struck out 3 so far and has looked very sharp. Going to ball 3 and the batter once. Dan Gamache joined the team last week. First pitch swings and hits a grounder to the second. Up with it, Morn. Fires the first just in time to get the speedy Gamache for out number 1. So tied 4-3. Here comes Cal Johnson.
The center fielder, number 2.
Johnson.
Kyle Johnson.
1 for 7. He's hitting 143. Newest Gull offensively made his debut on the road in Newport's 7-6 13-inning loss to Laconia on Saturday. First pitch hits a grounder, hit weakly to third. Hobbits has it 2 hops. Throws across in time. Quickly 2 outs on 2 grounders.
Quick inning here for Eric Swegman. Breeze through the first 2. Cruising here in the third.
So already we stuck around to the top of the order, and Derek Leg flied out to the third baseman on the outfield grass in the first inning.
Number 4, Derek.
2 pitches, 2 outs for Swegman. Leg. Seen his average fall a little bit. He was hitting near 400 towards the start of the season. At 281 right now. He's been impressive in the leadoff spot. Takes the first pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Hard to believe it's already June 14th. This season got underway 10 days ago. flown through the first couple of weeks. Week 3 now as the pitch is high, ball 1. I think as far as player and pitcher of the week purposes are concerned, those first couple of days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will count towards week 1, along with all of last week. This one gets away, ball 2.
But Swagman doesn't look at all like the pitcher who posted a ERA over 15 in the spring as a Bulldog. Georgie's pitched very well in his first start here tonight, Cardine.
2-1 pitches lined over the leaping shortstop Stevens' head to the base, left field, the base hit. Another 2-out single for the Gulls. Their second hit of the ball game. Now they're looking
The left
anxiously to see who
number
the
6,
player and pitcher of the week for week 1 will be
Kelleher.
in the NECBL. Should find out in the next day or two. Will it be a Newport Gull? Could it be someone like Brendan Kelleher or Kevin Caranto? Kelleher is second in the league right now with an RBI with 11 as he steps up to the plate here. Struck out his last time. He has been prone to strikeouts. That K his 11th to lead the team. You can strike out a lot though if you're hitting 342. The pitch. Fastball's in there for strike 1. And he's driven in 11. Was the first goal this season to hit a home run, a 3-run blast that came here at Cardines Field on last Monday night against Laconia. From the set, Swegmans. 0-1 pitch. High and away, 1-1. Brendan saw a 6-game hitting streak snapped on Saturday at Laconia in that 13-inning affair. 1-1. Ground ball hit to the right side. Stabbed on 2 hops and more. It goes to second, the easy way for the out that retires the side. 4-6 in the fielder's choice. The Gulls hit is harmless, and we're through 3 innings of baseball here at Cardines Field. Newport nothing, New Bedford nothing on the NECBL Broadcast Network. No score. We go to the 4th inning here in Newport. And here to take you with a play-by-play story for the next 3 innings is George Bissell.
Thank you very much, Nick. Second baseman Zach Morton steps into the box. Singled his first time up.
The 4th inning for the Bay Sox.
He could get another shot here off of Mark
Number
Appel.
35, Zach Morton.
He's kept the Bay Sox scoreless through the first 3 innings. Set to work here in the 4th. First pitch from Appel. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Strike 1.
I wonder if Zach is any relation to the Salt Company.
Or Charlie Morton, Pittsburgh pitcher. Ball taken high.
There's a common
inside.
enough name. Ian would know. Let's find out.
Unfortunately, Ian unable to be with us tonight. He has the night off. The 1-1 pitch taken outside for a ball. Zach Morton, sophomore out of Northwestern. He's 1 for 3 on the season now. Swinging a ball lifted to center field, drifting back. It's Johnson. He's under it. He makes the catch.
Very well hit out there, all the way into the triangle where the flagpole used to be out there. Fence is actually even a little bit of an incline. Goes up a couple feet towards the big fence out there that
Right fielder,
leads onto the side street where all those houses converge.
Mike Greco.
Interesting center field here at Cardines Field. This is the deepest part of the ballpark, up 395.
Swinging a ground ball by Mike Greco up the middle, fielded by DeKroger over to first base for the out. 6-3 on the putout. So another sparkling defensive play from Kenny DeKroger. And a nice play by Matt Blow over at first base. See the throw in.
Although this one is going so far, we could be
The
done before
designated
8:30 tonight.
hitter,
This game is speeding
Last
along.
26.
Yeah. The game last night, North Shore was over before 8:30. Quick game. Pitchers duel. Creighton Bear for the Navs. Pitched very well through 5. Hunter Gordon, fortunately, cost the Navs their first win of the season. Gave up 3 runs in the 7th inning, last night's game. Gulls went on to win 3-1. The 0-1 pitch, strike called by Mark Furtado behind the plate. It's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter, Adam Nelson. Flew out to right field. LG made a nice grab back in the first inning. The 0-2 pitch, swing, a defensive swing, fouled it back to the screen right near us. So Nelson stays alive. The count remains 0-2. Mark Appel is breezing, looking for his 3rd straight 1-2-3 inning. The 0-2 pitch. Nelson checks the swing on a ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count.
He's faced just 2 over the minimum so far through 3 2/3.
Of course, Nelson leads the Bay Sox in RBI with 4. He had 2 against Newport in the first meeting. The ball lifted to center field. Who's going to get it? It's the left fielder, Brendan Kelleher, who makes another fine defensive play, and the side is retired. No hits, no men left on base. Still scoreless here at Cardines Field. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
We now have our
Kenny DeKroger, the shortstop, set to lead off the home half of the 4th inning here. Top half of the 4th, Swings at the first pitch he sees and lines a single into right field. That's a base hit for Kenny DeKroger. Now 1 for 2 in the ball game. The leadoff man on board for the cleanup man, designated hitter Kevin Caranto.
Now DeKroger bumps his average right back up to 500. He's now 8 for 16 to start the season.
Kevin
Shown the ability to drive the ball as well as punch the ball the opposite field. Nice piece of hitting there by DeKroger, and there's a man on for Caranto. Of course, we ran into Kevin's father the last game in New Bedford. Big fan of the broadcast, Mr. Lima. He listens when he can't attend the games.
Always good to hear that.
It's always nice to hear. Kevin's dad, a great guy. Still on the mound, Eric Swegman. He's held the Gulls scoreless. He works pitch in the dirt. So it's 2-0, the count now. Swegman looks in from the sign, working from the stretch. The windup, the pitch. Ball inside. Nice take by Caranto, and it's now 3-0.
Here's one email from listener Frank Wellington, listening here tonight from Tallahassee, Florida. He says, doing a great job, Phyllis. Thank you, Frank.
Ball 4, Caranto takes a walk. Be anxious to know if Tara LaFon is going to email me back later today. Of course, she's another one of our avid listeners from Oklahoma.
27, Bryce.
We got fans all over the country.
All over the world. We've
on the
received
NECBL
email from China in the past. After we played Team China here in the Olympic year in 2008, we started receiving emails periodically from fans in China who listened into that game and then stuck with the Newport Gulls. Of course, from Ireland, we've received email from.
Got some big support from the
Gulls,
Irish guys, the Irish Army.
Gulls a international team now.
Swing a ball, it's a base hit to right field, and they're going to hold the runner DeKroger at third. Throw comes into the mound. So the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Well, the Gulls are very quietly lower the bases here. 2 singles and a walk.
Number 20.
Swegman looks so sharp through the first 3. They're seeing him much better now, as through the second time through the lineup, 4 of the first 5 have reached. We're back to the 3rd inning.
So Nugent pounces on the first pitch he sees in his second at-bat after he struck out swinging in the second inning. And the bases are full of goals. The first pitch taken inside. Matt Blow, a first baseman, singled in the second inning, has the only hit of the ball game up until the 3rd inning, when Legg reached on a single with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner. Mark Furtado calls it a strike. At a wide strike zone tonight for both pitchers, Appel and Swegman. Swegman working out of a jam now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody out. A 1-1 pitch from the stretch. Ball in the dirt. Nice save by Italiano. The Kroger forced to hold up at third. Good save there by the freshman from Boston College. And Blow, a junior for Virginia Tech. Looking for an RBI here. He swings and lines it up the middle. It's a base hit. The Kroger is around third. He scores. And the bases stay loaded. It's an RBI single for Matt Blow. And the Gulls are on the board. It's 1-0 Newport. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
What a great start to the season now for Matt Blow as well. It seems all these Gulls are hitting well to start the season here in week number 2. As Matt Blow improves to 4 for 6 on the season. That's his 2nd RBI already. Still plenty more opportunities here with the bases loaded and nobody out.
The man who's going to have a shot here, Zach Elgie. He's still looking for his first RBI on the season. He's got a golden opportunity here. There's a conference at the mound. Ray Ricker going to come out, talk to Swegman, who've been breezing through the first 3. He's run into a bit of a jam here. Some major trouble here if LG can find a way to get on base. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado coming out to the mound now. He's going to break up the conference. Ricker back to the dugout. Italiano coming back behind the plate. And stepping into the batter's box, the right fielder is Zach LG.
The Bay Sox, like Newport, field a 4-man coaching staff, including former Red Sox Brian Rose.
Of course, Jeff Waldron, manager last night, North Shore. First ball is a breaking ball right down the middle for a called strike. Swegman working from the full windup here. The 1-0, and they hit him. He hits Zach Elgie with the bases loaded, and that's an RBI hit by pitch.
Well,
it's 2-0 Newport.
You can hear the thud as it hit off his chest from up here. That's a painful way to get an RBI, but I'm sure LG will take it. It's his first of the season.
Mike Coombs has got to be happy as LG takes one for the team. Toronto, 90 feet away, comes in to score.
The trainer, Norm Provost, out for a word with LG, but he's waved off by Zach, who sends him right back to the dugout, says he's fine. John Raiola, the first base coach, checks on him too.
Sounded worse than it was, I guess. Swing and a ball fouled off the left side over the screen. Onto East Main Road.
Incredible, after Swegman retired, 9 of the first 11 he faced, the first 5 have reached here in the 4th. He's really been shooken up here.
There is still nobody out, and the sacks are full. There's nowhere to put Gamache, who's behind in the count 0-2 here. Gonna have to put a ball in play, and he can pick up an RBI.
Newport always a tough team to keep off the scoreboard. Very offensive this year. They've only been shut out 2 or 3 times, I think, in the last 4 seasons.
They capitalize on their mistakes. Ball bounded up the middle. Throw a second. Over to first in time. They get 2 on the double play. 6-4-3 double play. So no RBI for Gamache as Bryce Nugent crosses the plate. It's 3-0 Newport, but now they're 2 down. And 1 on. Matt Blows over at third base.
Number 2.
Well, bases loaded, nobody out. This had the makings of a big inning for Newport. And certainly anytime you can plate 3 runs, it's certainly a good thing.
So 2 away. First pitch called strike. Kyle Johnson, the center fielder. The 0-1 in the dirt. Nice save.
It's the 3rd year now.
By Italiano.
3rd year now the Gulls have been doing the batting for breast cancer tonight, donning the pink bats. You don't see that too much at the collegiate level.
Seen in the major leagues quite a bit. Another ball Italiano can't handle. It's 2-1.
The bats and the roses given away, 250 pink roses given away by Waters Edge Flowers tonight.
Called strike on the black. It's 2-2. Swegman evens the count, looking to escape this nightmare of an inning. 3-1 the count, excuse me. 3-1, fouled off. Ooh, went through the screen into the crowd behind home plate.
Very rarely does the ball carom through the screen like that. It must have found a little gap.
You never see that, but luckily no one was in the path of that ball. It was a ground ball to first base. Up with his Howe. He steps on the bag and the side is retired. 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 left on base. Newport leads 3-0 here. We go to the 5th inning on the Newport Gulls NECBL Broadcast Network. So the Newport Gulls, notorious for capitalizing on other teams' mistakes. They strike for 3 runs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, we go to the top of the 5th. Mark Appel on the mound. He's held the opposing New Bedford Bay Sox scoreless. He's only allowed 1 hit to this point.
I have another email in here tonight. Hi to you guys. We are listening in Illinois. They missed the beginning of the broadcast, though. Any chance of getting the lineups, they say. It's the Stevens family. Oh, George, you want to redo the lineup for New Bedford for them?
There you go. We'll start off leading off for New Bedford is the shortstop, Trevor Stevens.
Eric Hobbits, Zach Morton, Mike Greco, Adam Nelson, Matt Chavez, Dan Howe, Anthony Italiano, and Drew Dwelly. It'll be Chavez, Howe, Italiano, then if any of them reach Dwelly here in the 5th.
So, unless New Bedford gets it going, Stevens won't get to the plate as Chavez swings and misses at the first pitch. For Mark Appel, who's done a nice job here for the Gulls. His 0-1 pitch, swinging a ball lifted deep to center field. Drifting back is Johnson, and he's not going to get it. It falls for a hit up against the wall. Kelleher comes up with it, tosses into DeKroger, and it's a stand-up double for Matt Chavez to lead off the 5th inning.
Kelleher waited for that ball to hit. Look up the wall, a little bit puzzled after he threw it in. It hit about 10 or 12 feet above the up the wall, above where the outfield banners are there in left center field. So they may have lost it momentarily above that big white banner.
Right.
There's no chance for him to make the catch.
No. Well hit ball there by Chavez. Den Howe steps up with a man on second base, runner in scoring position. First pitch to call it strike to him. First baseman lined out hard.
Of course, that 28-foot-high fence here, unlike many walls around the league, is just a chain link fence. The balls tend to die when they hit it and drop straight down.
Unlike Fenway Park, where you see the high bounces and carom off the wall. No such carom here at Cardines Field, one of the most unique ballparks you'll ever see. Pitch ruled low. So Appel, count is even on him, 1-1. So the Bay Sox trying to get back in this game. They trail by 3 runs. Here in the 5th, swinging a ball lifted over the right field grandstand and out of play into the street.
Better call.
Newport lad.
So 1-2 the count on the first baseman, Dan Howe. The pitch inside, backing out of the way. Is Howe. On the season, he's batting .231. He's 3 for 13 coming into this game. Lined out hard to center field. Johnson made a nice play back in the 2nd inning. Swinging a ball lifted to right field. It's going to drop for a base hit, and they're going to have to hold the runner. Chavez at 3rd. Throw comes into the mound. And they're now 2 on against Mark Appel with nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. Solid single the opposite field. Nice piece of hitting there by Dan Howe.
The wall ball double. Now the liner in the right field for a hit. First 2 have reached from New Bedford. They trail 3-0 here, looking to come back.
Of course, Appel worked out of a jam in the 1st inning, 2 on and only 1 out. struck out Greco and got Nelson to fly out to right field. He's facing Anthony Italiano, who takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Italiano grounded to a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play in the second inning to end the inning. He's going to have a chance here to atone for that. There are 2 on and nobody out. The 1-0 pitch taken outside for a ball. Of course, Appel, a highly touted prospect, selected by Detroit Tigers, 2009. Working out of a tough spot here as it's 3-0. And the catcher, Bryce Nugent's going to come out for a conference on the mound, try to settle his pitcher down. He's been a little erratic since giving up back-to-back hits.
So I don't want to walk the bases loaded here with nobody out. That's a strong possibility. Number 9 man due up next, and Dwelly.
So Dwelly did ground out his first time up. In his first appearance, he had 2 hits against Newport. That's a called strike. So 3-1 the count, a get me over strike from Appel. Gonna try to get Italiano swinging here. Hitter's count for the catcher out of Boston College. The 3-1 pitch, swinging a ball lifted to right field, right center. Under it is the center fielder. And the run's gonna score as Chavez tags up and comes in. It's now 3-1 Newport. So it will be sacrifice fly for the catcher Italiano.
The center fielder,
Picks up his second RBI of the season.
number 30, Drew Dwelly.
So the ball hit very deep to right center. Johnson made the catch, but there's no chance to get the runner Chavez 90 feet away at third. This pitch taken low by the number 9 man, Drew Dwelly. Center fielder grounded out to the shortstop his first time up in the third inning. Still only 1 out. A 1-0 pitch, swinging a mighty hack at that one. Fouled off to the right out of play.
Better call, Newport Glass.
The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike here to the number 9 man, Drew Dwelly. Grounds it up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Both Leg and DeKroger dove, but neither man could come up with the ball. And they're 2 on with only 1 out. See, DeKroger laid out for it, couldn't come up with the ball.
That's going to bring Jeff Walker out to the mound for a word with Appel, who's been effective through the first 4 innings, but 3 of the first 4 to reach here in the 5th, and it's resulted in a run. The Bay Sox certainly threatening here with Trevor Stevens at the top of the order due up next.
In a big spot, Trevor Stevens, the shortstop, struck out looking to begin the ball game and lined out hard to the shortstop, DeKroger, who made an excellent play to rob Stevens of a base hit.
Really had a base hit robbed on that play.
That ball was scorched off the bat. DeKroger leapt up and snagged it out of midair. He's going to come up with a big conference on the mound. The entire infield is in as the umpire, Mark Furtado, is going to come out and break up the conference.
DeKroger may be arrested after this one for robbing that hit. I think both teams could be in line for a speeding ticket the way this one has flown around along thus far, but it's kind of slowed down here in the fifth inning as both pitchers have run into trouble.
Certainly Swegman and Appel were pitching well
The shortstop,
going into these last 2 innings, and they've run into bases loaded jams in both of them. And the Bay Sox looking to tie this ball game.
Call the police.
The tying runs are on base for Trevor Stevens, who's the go-ahead run at the plate. He steps in against Mark Appel, who's going to stay out there. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Where Stevens is batting 1,000 coming into this ball game. He's only batting .333 now. He's 0 for 2 in this game.
His average has dropped 700 points.
Should be higher. DeKroger, he lines the pitch over the head of the first baseman, Matt Blow, into right field. They're going to send the runner around third. Coming is Howe. He scores as the throw comes into the catcher, Bryce Nugent, in the middle of the infield. That's now 3-2.
Well, Stevens has his average fly back up to 500. The big RBI single is the first run that Trevor has drove in this season. And the Gulls' lead has been reduced to just 1 run. They're certainly still threatening here, as with just 1 out, they have runners at the corners.
So there's still only 1 out in the inning. So Appel still has some work to do if he wants to get out of this inning.
The third
The
baseman,
lead intact.
number 6, Eric Harbutz.
Eric Harbutz walked in the first inning. He popped out to the third baseman, Dan Gamache. His last appearance in the third, called strike right down the middle. Mark Appel. Appel looks in for the sign. The catcher, Bryce Nugent, making a start behind the plate in case of Chris Forston. Pitch out, throw down to second, and they got him. So Italiano caught, Drew Dwelly, caught stealing. He'd been 2 for 2 this season to this point. Caught stealing. Oh, it was Stevens, Stevens caught stealing. So, fortunately, Trevor now 0 for 1. So that's the second out of the inning. Swinging a ball fouled off behind the plate.
Better call, Newport Glass.
So strike away from getting out of the inning is Appel. Ground ball at first base. And the first baseman, Matt Blow, loses track of it. And that's going to be an error on the first baseman, Matt Blow, as Italiano. Drew Dwelly comes around to score. So the game is now tied. So that's an E3. And the inning continues.
That'll be an unearned
Number
run now
35,
charged to Mark
Zach
Appel. Should have been
Morton.
out number 3.
There's a slow roller right to first base, and Blow lost track of it. As a called strike, Zach Morton, the second baseman, he singled and flew out to center field just an inning ago.
The Bay Sox put up a 3 spot here to tie this one back up here in the 5th. 3-all now.
They've sent 7 to the plate. Ball in the dirt. Nice save there by Nugent. Appel working from the stretch. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. That's going to get through the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. So it's a single for Morton.
Now 5 hits off of Mark Appel here in the 5th inning after he allowed only a single through the first 4.
The right fielder, number 31, Mike Greco.
So the Gulls coming unglued here in the top of the 5th inning. Mike Greco, the 8th man to bat in the inning, comes to the plate. He struck out and grounded out to the shortstop. First pitch from Appel with 2 on. Swinging a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Grounding third. Coming in. The throw to the plate is not in time. And that's an RBI single for Greco. And New Bedford now on top 4-3.
It's the first lead of the series.
And there's going to be a conference at the mound. And out now is the manager, Mike Coombs.
That'll do it for Mark Appel.
He's been pitching so well. We're going to have a pitching change here from Cardines Field. We'll be back on the NECBL Broadcast Network. have a pitching change here from Cardines Field. The new man on the hill is Kevin Kilpatrick, a left-handed pitcher out of St. John's University. Sophomore, went 1-1 with a 3.57 ERA. 25 appearances for the Red Storm this spring through 35 innings. Gave up 18 runs, 14 of those earned, 5 walks and 25 strikeouts. He's going to be called on in a big spot here for the Newport Gulls, who surrendered the lead in the top half of 5th inning, as New Bedford has sent 8 men to the plate and come up with 4 runs. So this one in danger of slipping away for the Gulls here at home on a Monday night at Cardines. Now at the plate is Adam Nelson, the designated hitter.
Number 26, Adam Nelson.
Sophomore out of Villanova. He's going to be the first batter to face Kilpatrick. First pitch is the ball. Was Kilpatrick's first appearance this summer for the Newport Gulls. Tall lefty works, 1-0 count, ball low, 2-0. And the nightmare inning drags on here.
Checks in at 6'2", 205 pounds, native of College Point, New York.
Swing and a miss, 2-1. Nice off speed there. Kilpatrick.
Lights come on now here at Cardines.
It's only an out away from ending this inning. It should have been over. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2-2. The error by Matt Blow allowed the inning to continue. After back-to-back singles,
and both of those runs were unearned.
The Bay Sox have the lead now. 2 unearned runs allowed after shaky defense and a couple seeing eye singles. 2-2 is fouled off down the right field line. Out of play.
Better call.
Newport glass.
So Mike Coombs calls to the bullpen, and Kilpatrick answers that call. 2-2. Swing and a hack at an off-speed pitch, grounded up the third baseline, foul.
Kilpatrick wearing number 25. That was Mike Coombs' uniform number here in Newport for his first 4 seasons. He was forced to switch to number 11, his collegiate number, back in 2008.
2-2, swing and a miss. Mike Coombs makes the right call as Kilpatrick strikes out the 9th man to bat in the inning, Adam Nelson. 6 hits in the inning, 4 runs come in, 2 left on base. It's 4-3. New Bedford leads Newport here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The second baseman and leadoff hitter, number 4, Derek Legg.
Leading off the home half of the 5th inning is Derek Legg, who's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Popped out his first time up, a single in the 3rd inning. And he's going to get a shot working against Eric Swegman, who came unglued in the 4th, allowed 3 runs, but he's in line for a win now, as the Bay Sox struck for 4 runs, 2 of those unearned, in the top half of the 5th. Pitch from Swegman is taken upstairs, so it's 3-0. Now to Derek Legg, the second baseman.
Legg very patient at the plate, second on the team so far this season with 7 walks. So leads the team to 7 runs scored.
Done a good job, 3-0 pitch. And that's a late strike call there by Mark Furtado.
Very late strike call.
Legg started walking up first base line. He's going to have to come back. 3-1. Definitely a delayed call there. A 3-1 offering from Swegman. Swinging a ball grounded to the backstop. Foul ball. Now a full count on the second baseman. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging. Derek Legg goes down. And there's one away in the inning.
The left fielder, number 6, Brendan Kelleher.
See, Brendan's chosen some old school walk-up music.
Classic right there. Oh, ball sails over the head of Kelleher to the backstop. Wild pitch there from Swegman. It's a ball. Must be tough as a batter to step back into the box after seeing one sail overhead. The 1-0 pitch is way outside in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-0. Swegman can't find the strike zone here.
He went down 3-0 on the leg, but then came back to strike him out. This is his 4th.
2-0, swinging a ball lifted into left field, and it is going to be caught. Nope, it's a single. Close play out there. The left fielder Chavez couldn't make it. It fell.
No, it was caught for the out.
Oh, it was caught. Okay.
He made a
The
shoestring
runner-
catch out there.
Runner stopped at
12,
first.
Kenny
The shoestring catch
DeGroga.
there, Chavez.
It looked at first like it could be a trap, but he did make the catch. A little basket catch out there in left field for Chavez.
Very close play, but that's an out. So they're 2 away in the inning. Ball in the dirt. It's 1-0 to Kenny DeKroger, who had a single scored the first Newport run of the ball game last inning. To hear the Irish Army here at Cardines Field. They're not out in full force yet. They haven't called in the recruits.
Yeah, they're singing "In the Dirt" to the tune of the Stars, to the Stars and Stripes Forever.
They're awesome.
Chad Phillips Sousa would be proud.
Swegman deals to DeKroger. It's inside. It's now 3, 2-1. Okay, get my balls and strikes mixed up today. Tough night. The ballpark at Cardines. Swinging and goal, snagged out of the air by Swegman. He underhands first for the final out. No hits, no runs. Nobody left on base for the Newport Gulls. We go to the 6th inning. New Bedford leads Newport 4-3 on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Bay Sox.
As we go to the top half of the 6th inning, Newport trails 4-3 to the New Bedford Bay Sox. Remember, Newport 1-0 this season so far against the Bay Sox. They spoiled their home opener. 12-3 are out. Swinging a high pop-up behind second base. Under it is the second baseman, Derek Legg. The high pop-up on the first pitch for the out. And that retires Matt Chavez. He doubled off the wall to begin a 4-run 5th inning. Last inning.
The first baseman,
Get another email in to
Number 10,
broadcast@newportgulls.com.
Howell.
It's from Chase. Chase says, your credit card statement is available.
No spam blockers on that, Mr. Lima?
No, I actually have a Chase credit card.
Oh,
It's
well,
linked
there
to
you
my
go.
account.
Now they're chasing you. Ironic. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
I chose to go paperless.
Oh, really? How's that working out for you? They're flooding your email instead. A 1-1 pitch, swinging a ball lifted into center field, giving chases Johnson. He dives, and he makes a sliding catch. So what a play there by Kyle Johnson.
Did they just play the Sports Center theme?
That was a web gem right there, I'll tell you that. What a play. Dan Howe is retired on
The catcher,
first pitch. On the
number
third
2,
pitch, they at bat. 4 pitches
Anthony
in the inning, 2 outs.
Italiano.
Kevin Kilpatrick looks back on Johnson and gives him a little thumbs up.
Whoa. Ball fouled straight back towards us. We saw a ball go through the screen earlier. I'm keeping my head up, Miss Sylvia. I'm looking out. Josh Leibowitz, official scorer here with us at the table. Doing a fine job as usual. Getting the balls and strikes for me. We have fun out here in Newport at Cardines Field. Italiano at the plate. He swings and misses. And now it's 1-2. I got it that time. Italiano behind in the count. Kilpatrick working a quick inning here. He's swinging a miss. He strikes out. Italiano swinging. No runs, no left. The highlight of the inning. Spectacular diving catch by Kyle Johnson. We go to the whole half of the sixth. Newport trails 4-3. In case you missed it, the Newport Gulls dugout fist pumping here to the Techno Beach at Cardines Field.
It looked like they were doing the chicken dance, actually.
Oh, really?
It looked like it.
I don't know what that was.
In between innings here.
It's crazy. They were getting down. They were getting groovy.
In unison, too. They were pretty choreographed.
You think they practiced that?
Number 33.
Oh, man. Kevin Caranto steps to the dish here, leading off the bottom of the sixth inning. Newport trails 4-3 to New Bedford. New Bedford looking for their third win of the season. Newport going for their second straight win. Ball in the dirt. Actually, that one hit Caranto in the foot, and they award him first base. So hit by pitch. And the first man's on for the Newport Gulls in the sixth. What a
The catcher,
game so far here tonight.
Number
Beautiful night for
27,
baseball here at
Bryce
Cardines. Sun setting
Nugent.
behind the home plate over the ocean. Swegman's still on the mound. First pitch, whoa, inside. Backing out of the way is Bryce Nugent, the catcher. Singled and scored a run in the fourth inning. Swegman's got to be careful here. His control is eluding him. A ball grounded to shortstop, up with it over to second. And the throw to first is high. That sails into the dugout. And it's going to be 6-4 fielder's choice. As see here on the replay, the throw just sailed wide of first base.
Number 23.
And we're just going to call a fielder's choice here. Josh Leibowitz, our official scorer. So the lead man, Caranto's retired. Nugent safe at first. And now there's one away in the inning. For Matt Blow, first baseman. He jackknifes out of the way of a pitch inside. It's 1-0. Swegman dangerously close to hitting the last three batters. He did hit Caranto to start off the inning. One away in the bottom of the sixth. Newport trailing by a run. Blow fouls off a pitch down the first base line and out. Play. John Raiola, first base coach, fields the ball down there for the Gulls. Pitch by Swegman is upstairs. 2-1. Pitch to Blow. Working from the stretch. Swegman swinging a ball lifted way up. It's a pop up on the infield. Who's going to get it? The shortstop Stevens calls for it and makes the catch. So nice put out there by Stevens. And Blow's retired. There's two out of the inning. As you see, Nick Lima giving Gully a hug. So that was nice.
Right fielder, number 21, Zach LG.
As my esteemed colleague Nick Lima joins me back in the booth here at Cardines. Good to have you, as always, Nick Lima.
Went down to the booth, control room, to visit my brother.
Swinging a drive to left field. This is going to go off lens all the way to the wall. All the way to third base is Nugent, and they're going to hold him there. Winterout holds Nugent. And it's a stand-up double for right fielder Zach Elgie.
That's LG's second hit of the season. Both of them now doubles.
Of course, flew out and was hit by a
The
pitch.
third baseman,
Credited with an RBI,
Number 10.
first of the season.
Dan Gamache.
So Dan Gamache, 2 runners in scoring position, and out to the mound is Ray Ricker.
We're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. And we'll never, never,
I'm
never,
sorry.
ever
That's
have
hilarious.
each other. We're the best 3 friends that anybody could have. I mean the 3 best friends that anybody could have. The friends
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
That is hilarious, though. I want a copy of that for us.
Sound man here at Carnegie Field during the mound visit.
It was a 3-man mound visit. It was appropriate in so many ways. Back behind the plate is Italiano. Ray Ricker heads back to the New Bedford dugout. Swegman in a bit of a jam here once again. He's managed to survive, only giving up 3 runs so far in the ball game. 2 men in scoring position here. The first pitch to Gamache is way outside. Ball 1-0. As
Jesse Mills, our sound man, and he's also the team publicist, writes all the Gulls press releases.
oh my goodness, that must be new. Swinging a ball lifted down the left field line, hooking foul, and out of play. Nice swing there by Gamache. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his last at bat. He's got a chance to make up for that here. 2 men in scoring position, a base hit. Gets the Gulls back in front. Kilpatrick's done a nice job silencing the Bay Sox bats. Pitch in the dirt, nice save there by Italiano, a great defensive catcher from Boston College. Made a bunch of tremendous saves in the home opener for the Bay Sox last 2 Sundays
It seems
ago.
that Boston College just produces great defensive catchers every year.
Must be something. Swing and a miss. Gamache.
Sean
Swings that
McGill,
ball in the dirt.
two-time Newport Gull. Very, very good defensive catcher. He played here in 04 and 05. I believe he was in the NECBL for 3 years, and he also played in Manchester.
Wow. Quite impressive. A bunch of former NECBL players in the major leagues now. The highlight, of course, Steven Strasburg picked up his 2nd win Sunday. Win a ball fouled straight back to the backstop. Gamache stays alive. Strasburg 8 strikeouts. He did issue 5 walks.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, only 2 hits allowed, so he had a tough outing. He mound repairs twice, bunch of issues in his start, but he's survived and picked up the W. Ball outside. It's now a full count to Dan Gamache. First base is open. Kyle Johnson, the center fielder, on deck. He's 0 for 2. But there's no margin for error if Swegman allows Gamache to reach on a walk. Swing, ball in the dirt. Gets away. No advance by Nugent, and it's a walk.
79 miles an hour on the changeup to get away from Swegman for ball 4.
So now there's no room for error as Swegman has the bases loaded, and out to the mound is Ray Ricker. And he's made the call to the bullpen. We have a pitching change here at Cardines Field. We'll be right back on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So the new pitcher for the New Bedford Bay Sox is Abe Bob on the mound. He's made 2 appearances so far in relief. Hasn't allowed a run yet this season. 2 innings pitched. Does have a save along with Kliniski, as we have the attendance figures coming up for you. Packed ballpark here at Cardines Field. George Bissell, Nick Lima on hand here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Bob, another error, I guess, on the roster as far as numbers go. He's
Right.
listed as 12, and where's number 17?
It got a bit confusing there on the stat sheet. He's listed as 12. On the New Bedford roster, he's listed as 17. Nobody's a bit of an identity crisis for Abe Bob here.
We do have the official attendance report for this game. Comes to us early here tonight. 2,259, 2,259. Good sized crowd
Wow.
on hand on a Monday night.
Especially for a Monday night.
In June.
It's quite a turnout. So the freshman from Denver, Colorado, comes in a bases loaded jam here. There are 2 outs. The batter is center fielder Kyle Johnson for the Newport Gulls. So the University of South Florida freshman, a righty, works, swinging a foul. 1-1 the count now. So New Bedford clinging to a 4-3 lead here against the Newport Gulls. A one swing of the bat can change the Gulls' fortunes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 1-1 count to Kyle Johnson. Johnson, Washington State University, junior from Pullman. So an in-state native. Working from the full windup. The bases all loaded. There's nowhere to put Johnson. Swing and a foul tipped straight back. 2-2 the count. So Kyle Johnson gonna look for a pitch to drive here. Put Newport back in front. They've fallen behind the New Bedford Bay Sox in the 6th inning. At home, the 2-2. Swing and a foul straight back.
Yeah, the whole press box is confused here with Bob on the mound right now, wearing 17 and listed on the roster as 12. Rick McGowan of the Newport Daily News, Jesse Mills, our audio engineer, Josh Lebowitz, our official scorer and statistician. No one could figure out who he was, just as the word is spreading.
It is Bob. Bob's pitch lined up the third base line and gets through for a base hit. Rounding third is scoring is Nugent. 2 runs are home as LG scores. And they're going to hold the runner at third, Gamache. And it's an RBI double for Kyle Johnson. 2 RBIs on the play.
Oh, Johnson battled, and he drives in his first runs of the season. And the Newport Gulls capitalize with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position here in the 6th by greeting Bob and retaking the lead, plating 2 runs.
So Nugent scores, and Zach LG score, and the runner at third, Gamache. And Kyle Johnson's now at second base. 2 RBI in the play. Finally got a pitch he could handle after fouling and battling. And that at bat went the other way with it just over the glove of the third baseman, Eric Harbutz. So what a play. What an at bat by the number 9 man, Kyle Johnson. He's got the Gulls back in front. It's now 5-4. And there are still 2 runners in scoring position. The leadoff man, Derek Legg, was 1 for 2 in this ball game. 1 for 3 in the ball game. So Bob allows a double to the first man he faces.
Those runs will be charged to Swegman.
So a rough night for Swegman now. 5 runs given up.
1 pitch given up by Bob. He goes from being in line to win to be on the hook.
Tough, always tough to enter a ball game with bases loaded. There's no room for error as a reliever. Legg stands in, he grounds, pitch foul. Nice grab by John Raiola by the Gulls dugout. He tosses it in.
Johnny, former broadcaster with us here in the booth in the 2008 season. Joined the team as an assistant last year, just at home games, and he's a full-time coach this season. He's made every trip with Newport.
Sat next to him on the bus last night. Fell asleep. Pitch taken upstairs.
You mean they didn't give you your own seat,
No.
huh?
Count 1 and 2 now. What?
They didn't give you your own seat, huh?
I did. I got my own seat all to myself.
Oh, so you were across from John.
He was across from me, yes. Of course, Super Troopers on the screen. That's a classic. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul. The Gulls doing a nice job here battling, waiting for the pitch they want to hit.
The Gulls seem to have designated Seth Simmons, by the way, as the official movie guy this season.
Oh, he's quite a character, that's Seth Simmons.
Last 2 years, it was Mike Melillo. There was some continuity there from season to season. Melillo, the Elon catcher, played so well for Newport in his 2 years here. We had an opportunity to see him a couple nights ago. He stopped by the ballpark on Friday. See Mike, who's in town visiting. Great kid.
0-1-2. Swinging a ball up the middle, and it's a base hit. 2 runs will score. They wave around Kyle Johnson, and there's 2 RBIs for Derek Legg on the single. And the Gulls now lead it 7-3.
So the Newport Gulls up 7-4 now as they try to break this one back open here in the 6th. Derek Legg picks up RBIs number 8 and 9 already here on the young season. His second hit of the ball game.
And now a man who's done everything manager Mike Coombs could have asked of him so far this season. Brandon Kelleher at the plate. Swings and fouls off the first offering from Abe Bob, who has allowed back-to-back hits since entering the ball game in relief of Eric Swegman. Now, the run scored by Gamache will be charged to Swegman as well. So make it 6 runs. Kyle Johnson is Abe Bob is responsible for the run Kyle Johnson scored, however. Swinging a ball left to the right field. This is down the line. This is trouble. Into the corner. The right fielder, Greco, comes over to field it. Third base coach Winterau holds the runner at third. So Legg held at third, but it's another double. Brendan Kelleher strikes again.
Well, that could lift Kelleher out of the mini 2-game slump he's been in. A big double. His first hit of the night down the line in right field. The Gulls hits keep coming here off the Bay Sox bullpen. That's really been the Achilles heel so far.
But they struggled in relief last outing as the Gulls struck for 12 runs. We're having another conference at the mound here. Italiano comes out.
It really is a deadly combination. Newport's offense and the Gulls' stellar bullpen, which has been outstanding this year. If Newport can get a lead late, it's almost guaranteed to be held.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the job that Simmons has done, that Farrell's done. Done an excellent job at the back end of that.
And still taking
bullpen.
form, too. We don't even know who will be in what position yet.
And Legg halfway down the line. Forced to retreat. Strike called.
Well, the Newport Gulls owners, Mark Horan is here. Mark, longtime owner of the Gulls, and responsible for all the capital projects, like the construction project going on here at Cardines right now.
Has to be happy with the result on the base pass. Swing a ball lifted down the right field line, and it is caught for the final out of the inning. So the Newport Gulls strike as there are 4 runs in the inning, and they now lead 7-4. We'll be back for the 7th inning here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Cardines Field here on a Monday night. Newport Gulls lead 7-4 over the New Bedford Bay Sox. And now with the call for the rest of the game, the voice of the Newport Gulls, Nicholas Lima.
Thank you very much, George Bissell, as Robert Plant takes us in here in the 7th inning. The first pitch is outside ball 1 from Kevin Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick has been perfect in relief so far of Mark Capel. Fan 2 of the 4 batters he's faced, and a couple of fly balls. Pitch, low. And it's 2-0 on Drew Dwelly. The sun in your eyes there, George? Pitch is popped up, foul to the right side. Statistician, official scorer, Josh Leibowitz, turned on the lights here in the press box.
I was
blinded, George Bissell.
Blinded by the light.
Have to give that one in the bumper music. The 2-1 pitch is foul to the right, though. I think the vocals come in too soon.
I think so.
Well, we'll get some new bumper music in there soon. Retire some of the old favorites. I've updated the library in a while. Just the 2-2 pitches inside ball 3.
Of course, neither has the WXIN library.
That's where they all come from.
Yeah, they do.
The payoff pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Chased a high fastball and he blew him away. Kilpatrick's third strikeout here in relief. He's coming on to get the final out in the 5th. He is the pitcher of record here as Mark Appel couldn't go the whole 5 innings. Kilpatrick looking to preserve the 3-run lead. Second to the top of the order. And Trevor Stevens hits a ground ball bounding to the second baseman. Up within his leg, throws across the first in time as his batting helmet pops off over there, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, nice stab there by Leg. Had to go across his body to make the play. See it bounce just in front of the mound. Nice scoop by Leg, up with it over to first. Matt Blow makes the play.
There's Eric Hobbits. Hobbits is over 2, reaching an error, popped the third and walked. Kilpatrick winds and deals. Side-on delivery. The pitch is low and away, ball 1. Got that like 3/4 side-arm delivery. He throws next pitch. That one's actually changed his arm set.
Must be tough as a hitter. See a different arm slot every toss from a pitcher. Kilpatrick's certainly done a nice job his first appearance of the summer.
2-0. That's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Hobbits came in at 267. Has 4 walks on the season to lead the Bay Sox. Pitch is swung on and popped up. Should be playable in the infield. Backpedaling to the outfield grass. Kenny DeKroger is there to make the catch for the out that retires the side. Another perfect inning of relief for Kevin Kilpatrick, and after 6.5, 7th inning stretch time here at Cardines Field. Let's pick up Newport Gulls public address announcer Don O'Hanley for the singing of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back for it. Root for the Gulls team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game.
7th inning stretch time here at Cardines Field. 7-4. Newport Gulls lead it. Back in a moment on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, Kevin Caranto to lead things off here in the 7th. Newport a 7-4 lead as a Bob out for another inning of work. His first pitch is outside, ball 1 to Kevin, who's 0 for 1. He struck out, walked, and was hit by a pitch to start off Newport's rally to retake the lead in the 6th. The delivery is swung on, slapped to the shortstop, a soft roller. Up with it is Stevens. Throws across the diamond to first. In time, there's one away. Caranto wears number 33. That's a number you haven't seen in the Gulls recently, because up until this season, the numbers have only gone up to 30.
Number 27.
Right. That's unique. I didn't know that.
Nugent.
Brand new uniforms this year, and with the rosters expanding last year to 28 players, Newport found it necessary to have more than 30 uniform numbers between the coaches and the players. Pitches swung on and missed, strike 1. Sometimes at home, you had a player and a coach wearing a duplicate uniform number. It was certainly confusing.
I thought the Abe Bob situation was confusing.
Gulls.
Imagine 2 players on the same field with the same number.
The 0-1 pitch is outside, ball 1. Now the Gulls invested over the offseason in brand new home and away uniforms. So much brighter and whiter than they have been. They're getting faded out over the years as the 1-1 has popped up down the left field line and out of play.
The talk of the NECBL anytime we go on the road. Feels like everybody
Sterilized
loves
after
them.
the Mets.
Yeah, they're very nice uniforms.
The blue and orange trim. It's really a blue stripe with an orange interior stripe around both sleeves and a stripe down the pant leg. White pants, a white jersey, blue numbers with the Newport Gull orange border on the back. They stand out very brightly compared to the older uniforms. It's the 1-2 pitch is just outside, 2-2 on Nugent, who's 1 for 3. Blue batting helmets. Also, the new batting helmets came in last year. The old ones are really beat up from bouncing around the dirt here at Cardines.
See the shine reflecting off of them.
2-2 grounded to the right side. A tough play for Morton. Fields it. 2 hops. Throws the first in time, and they're 2 down on a pair of ground ball outs here. I'll bring up Matt Blow. Say good night at the plate. 2 for 3. He's driven in a run. His second of the season. 2 singles. He also popped a short.
Number 23, Matt Blow.
Newport has the Gulls across the chest, and the numbers also on the front of the home uniforms, but not the the away uniforms. Pitch to Blow is low and away ball 1, and a major change to the away uniforms this year. After several years of having Gulls in the front of the away uniforms as well, now says Newport stylized across the front.
Talked about that. I like the Newport look. I think it's
one of those low ball too. Now if they did it like the Mets, did the Newport, I don't know if that would balance out, but
I know you're a big proponent of that. That's why we're not in charge.
Certainly it'd be awful. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and hit in the hand of deep right field. But going out there is Mike Gresso at the edge of the wall. He makes the catch and bounces into the wall in right center. Oh, he hit that ball to one of the shallowest parts of the ballpark. A very high, towering drive off the bat of Matt Blow, exhibiting his power there. But Greco runs it down. A 1-2-3 inning for Bob. And we are through 7 innings of baseball here at Cardines. Newport Gulls 7, New Bedford Bay Sox 4, right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So Kevin Kilpatrick had an outstanding relief of debut here for the Newport Gulls. He recorded 7 outs. Retired all 7 men he faced on 3 strikeouts. He's coming on relief in the 5th. His night is done. And Jeff Brown will make his 2nd appearance of the season. The 3-time Newport Gull. Listen to the hand he gets here at Cardines. Jeff Brown, who was the pitcher on the mound last season in 2009 when the Newport Gulls won the championship. He was the one they mobbed when Newport 09 team rushed out of the dugout, and he, along with David Palms and Joey Manning, who was here with the team for some time, one of the returners from last year, along with, of course, Mike Coombs. And I guess to include myself in that bunch. I was on the bus on all those trips. But Jeff Brown, making his return here to Cardines Field, a place that was originally not very kind to him. His first season in Newport in 2008, he struggled with his command through the month of June, issued many walks. Was roughed up on the road one night in Pittsfield, and after that game, Mike Coombs pulled him aside and gave him a real good pep talk and gave him a lot of advice. And he settled down after that, was very sharp, very good. And in the playoffs, pulled off some of the greatest pitching performances we've seen, making a couple of smart starts for the Newport Gulls in 08. And then in 2009, he was outstanding again all last year, really carried it into last year. Looking forward for great things from Jeff Brown again this season. So Brown will face the heart of the Bay Sox order here in the 8th inning, and Zach Morton, Mike Greco, and Adam Nelson. Brown did pitch an inning last night in North Shore.
Looked very good. Scoreless inning of relief last night in North Shore.
Brown making his appearance on the mound for the first time since that championship game last year. The pitch is inside ball 1 here at Cardines Field, his first appearance since then. It's a great memory for him and many of those involved in that team. The 1-0. Just outside, ball 2.
Brown struck out 2 men last night. Out of the 3 batters he faced, pitched the 8th inning. John Farrell closed it up in the 9th for his first save.
2-0 pitch. That one also just misses. He hasn't missed by much at all, and the count is 3-0. Seems like the strike zone of Mount Furtado changed a little bit here. As Morton stands in, these 2 for 3, a pair of singles. The pitch. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. A hitter's count now for Zach. Last season, for the Newport Gulls, Brown an ERA of 1.31, 3-0, and 12 relief appearances. Picked up a save, worked 20 2/3 innings. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Line down the left field line, but foul. Look out, goalie in the bullpen. So scatters the troops down there. 14 hits, 4 runs, just 3 of them earned. 7 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponents hit 197 off of Brown last season. So just replay and see how that one lined towards goalie. Goalie ducked out of the way. Watching on the live team line video feed. The
Yeah.
pitch. High ball forward.
Yeah, keep your head on a swivel in that bullpen. Unfortunate Brown issues his first walk of the season.
The right fielder,
2008
number 31.
for the Newport Gulls. He
Mike
struggled a little bit initially, but
Greco.
became very sharp out of the bullpen thereafter. He had one start, 12 appearances, an ERA of 2.23, went 4-2 and 32 1/3 innings. As Mike Greco steps up, he's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left field. Going back to left fielder. Under it is Kelleher, and he will watch it go out. It's a home run. Looked like Kelleher was going to set up to make the catch, and that one was gone. Kept waiting for it to come down, and it never did. Greco, the 2-run homer, puts the Bay Sox within 1.
First home run of the summer for the right fielder from the University of Southern California, redshirt sophomore.
He's driven in 3 tonight.
The designated hitter, number 26.
Brown will try and forget
Adam
that mistake pitch.
Nelson.
He faces Adam Nelson. The delivery is low and inside, ball 1. Finishing up his 08 stats. 13 walks, 38 strikeouts, 2 homers, 5 doubles, 12 runs, 8 of them earned. Opponents hit 181. The pitch. That's popped up, right side, foul territory. Matt Blow gives chase in front of the dugout. He'll watch it land off the roof of the dugout, out of his reach for a long strike. It's 1-1.
There's very little foul territory here. Just not enough room to make that play. That's a foul out in most ballparks.
I mentioned he was
Sierra
spectacular.
here just runs out of room. Actually, I think it hit off the top of the railing there.
Pitch. A little low for ball 1. He's going to look up his 2008 playoff statistics, but they're missing. Not available on the NECBO website. That's interesting. So, not there. The pitch. Swung on and that's hit a long way in our right center field. Going back is Derek Legg, the second baseman. He's called off by the right fielder LG, who will make the catch. And the inning's first out. He was outstanding in the 08 playoffs, so stats just not there. But 2009, Brown for the Newport Gulls.
The left
He's
fielder,
also very good in the ERA of 1.80. He was 2-0 in 4 relief appearances. Picked up a save, 10 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 15 strikeouts, 158 batting average against. Matt Chavez, first pitch, a ground ball up the middle. It bounces by the leaping second baseman leg into center field for a base hit. So Jeff has been greeted with a 2-run homer, a walk, and now a single here in the 8th.
Trying to protect a 3-run lead. Giving 2 back here. Go-ahead run is
Time call. We're going to have a pinch runner entering the ball game. Can't see who it was.
see if we can get a good camera angle here.
Might be Mika Green. Or it could be Zach. Yeah, I think it might be Mika Green.
That's Green. Wichita State, a freshman.
So Mika Green enters the game as a pinch runner at first base. For Matt Chavez, the pitch is low, ball 1.
It's Mika Green. Of course, Green started the last outing between these 2 games. Out in center field. Definitely has the excellent speed.
Pitch is swung on a loop in the left center. That will be
Oh, no.
right by the center fielder, Johnson. Being stopped at third now and having the back pedal back to the back at third. Here's the throw. It is in time. He got him. Oh, what a throw by Kyle Johnson back into the home plate area as the cutoff man sent to Bryce Nugent, who gunned him down to Dan Gamache at third.
Now you see the third base coach waved Green home, and then it was an excellent throw from the center fielder. Actually, the left fielder, Kelleher, picked up the ball. You'll see right here on the replay. Let's watch here. Well hit ball.
Yeah, originally,
There
got by
by
Kyle
Howe.
Johnson, who misplayed it. He tried to make a sliding stab at it. Kelleher came in.
So here's the play right here. Green already rounded third and is coming home. And a nice throw over. And Gamache makes the tag. Green thrown out. Just a base running error there by Mika Green.
So he's retired 7-6-2-5
A resident
at third
Push.
base.
Island, South Carolina.
Well, the go-ahead run at second base, and they send the tying run, and Green trapped halfway down the line as the throw came in from DeKroger
The
to the
third,
catcher.
third base coach did put the stop sign on after he started to
Right.
wave him, and he saw it too late and slid down about halfway down the third base line. Just couldn't get back in time.
Right.
That could be a key out here.
Yeah, Green had a full head of steam, and he was being waved, and then tried to hold him as he rounded the bag. Just Green couldn't hold up in time.
So the entire infield conference breaks up now as Jeff Walker, Gulls pitching coach, back to the dugout.
Critical. Could turn out to be a critical error by the Bay Sox here in the 8th.
The batter is the catcher.
Will go in
number
as
2,
a
Anthony
single,
Italiano.
an advance on the throw, otherwise a double. A double for Dan Howe. Pitch, wild pitch goes to the backstop to third base. Goes Howe.
That's a wild pitch there for Jeff Brown.
Brown will have to settle down here.
One of the strangest innings of Jeff Brown's Newport Gull career.
Certainly so.
Seen it all.
He's been scathed a little bit with that 2-run blast by Mike Greco, looking to stop the damage, preserve the 1-run lead. 7-6 Newport, runner at third, 2 down. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Italiano. Outside, gets away from the catcher, Nugent. Brown comes down to cover, but Howe remained at third base. It didn't roll too far away from the plate. Looked like Nugent was crossed up that time.
Not a good time to be crossed up, especially with the tying run 90 feet away at third base.
2-0 the count now.
They're going to intentionally walk here.
Yeah, they're going to put Italiano on at first. Ball 3 is outside. And here is ball 4. Mike Coombs has been using the intentional walk a lot this season. I think that's the 4th one the Gulls have issued, though we're not giving statistics on that anymore. This new, the new stats system. Mike Coombs coming out, and that will do it for Jeff Brown. So Brown will be sent in as Coombs will send out to the bullpen. We have a pitching change coming into this game at Cardanes Field. The game is tightened up here in the 8th. Back in a few moments on the ACBL Broadcast Network. So a 7-6 lead for the Newport Gulls, but the Bay Sox threaten with runners at the corners and 2 out. Jeff Brown has been lifted here in the 8th in favor of Dexter Price.
Dexter Price has made 1 appearance so far in relief for the Newport Gulls. An inning pitched, he allowed 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. So ERA on the season, 27. He's being called on in a tight spot here by manager Mike Coombs. And we also have a pinch hitter as well coming to the plate.
Coming in to pitch for the Newport Gulls.
Pinch hitter Caleb Brown. He's going to hit for Drew Dwelly in the 9th spot, take over in center field.
This will be,
He's from
looks like it's going to be Brown's first plate appearance. It will be.
A resident of
So Caleb Brown
Colorado Springs,
will enter the game and
Colorado.
enter the season here. A tight spot for both squads. Time running out for New Bedford, but they've gotten 2 back here. The 2-run homer by Mike Greco earlier in this inning. Jeff Brown chased out of the game after giving up a double to Dan Howe. He stands at third. Anthony Italiano, who was intentionally walked at first.
Two interesting calls here by Mike Coombs and Ray Ricker. Two virtual unknowns being thrown out into the equation in the top of the 8th inning here.
Drew Dwelly was 1 for 3. So here's Caleb Brown from the right side to face the right-hander Price. He deals. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Had to wait a long time for Mark Furtado. Loves that delayed strike call.
Definitely dramatic.
Runners lead at first and third, the 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. He was out in front of a breaking ball. Looked like a slider from Price. From the stretch, the 0-2 pitch.
Oh,
Just missed.
high.
Oh, where was that pitch? Didn't miss by much at all. Did not get the call. Crowd wants a strikeout. The 0-2 pitch. 1-2 is fouled to the screen. Karam's back towards the plate area. So one hop at the backstop. Still 1-2 on Brown. Second base is open here, and Trevor Stevens to follow. A one-run game. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2.
Of course, the good thing about the intentional walk is now they have a force at second base. A ball on the ground in the infield. Obviously, a strikeout would be nice.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is inside. He wasn't fooled that time, and the count is full, 3-2. Stevens to follow. Runners lead at first and third. 7-6 Newport. The Bay Sox have the tying run at third base here in the 8th. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. He struck him out. Caleb Brown took a step towards first, but was rung up by home plate umpire Mark Furtado. A big strikeout for Dexter Price. The Bay Sox get a pair back, but still trail it. We're through 7.5 here from Cardines Field. It's the Newport Gulls 7, New Bedford Bay Sox 6, as we continue on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Last of the 8th inning here at Cardines Field as Sweet Caroline rings through the grandstands. 2,259, 2259. The attendance here tonight, just a couple hundred shy of a sellout. Very good crowd for a Monday night in early June with school still in session. Fans have turned out here for batting for breast cancer night. Pink bats used by the Gulls players and pink roses and ribbons given out to the fans at the gate as well. Here in the 8th, bottom of the order to up for the Gulls. They look for a little more insurance before sending this one into the 9th inning.
Greg Harrison, new pitcher on the mound for the New Bedford Bay Sox.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Harrison.
Now pitching for the Bay Sox, number 51.
Where's 51? You never see a Gull wearing 51 of those low uniform numbers they have.
A resident
So he's pitched in one game, 3 strikeouts, 2 hits, a walk, 2 runs, both those unearned. Pitched 2 innings.
playing center field for the Bay Sox, number 21.
Making his second relief appearance here. We'll face Zach Elgie, who's 1 for 2, doubled, flied to second,
Leading off the Newport 8th inning, the right fielder,
and
number
drove in a run when he was hit
21,
by a pitch back in the
Zach
4th.
LG.
Pitch swung on a missed, strike 1. He chased a high breaking ball.
Of course, Harrison's relief appearance this season came against the Newport Gulls. All the way back on the 6th.
Outfield play straight away. The 1-0 is foul tipped off the catcher's mask. Bounces off the umpire's mask as well, Mark Furtado. Roger Saraiva, the veteran, around the field tonight. 0-2 on LG. 7-6 Gulls here in the 8th. The 0-2 pitch is low. 1-2. Couple defensive changes here in the 8th inning for the Bedford Bay Sox. The 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and hit in the air to deep left field. Way back it goes. It's high off the wall. Stopping at first will be LG. Oh, never mind. That was caught. Looked like it bounced off the wall. I guess it just dropped straight down.
Yeah, see it right on the replay going back. The left fielder.
Oh, really looked like it caromed off
Nice
the wall.
play.
Even
There you
on
go.
replay.
The speedy Micah Green makes an impact here. Takes away a likely double from Zach LG.
Dan Gamache.
So Green is in left field. Brown is in center field.
Is Gamache. Pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. So George Bissell, once again, one of those defensive alignment changes.
So it's Caleb Brown taking over in center field for Drew Dwelly, and Micah Green in left for Matt Chavez.
This one on the ground is short. Up with it is Stevens. Double clutches, throws across in time, 2 away.
Quickly 2 outs in the inning.
Center fielder. Number 2.
Last chances for the Bay Sox in the 9th. They're at the top of the order up, and Trevor Stevens, Eric Hobbits, and Zach Morton. It's Cal Johnson. Squares for a bunt, hits it foul. Right off the edge of that pink bat that he's dying tonight here and batting for breast cancer night at Cardines. Becoming the annual tradition here, support of breast cancer research. Those afflicted by breast cancer.
You might see the closer, Seth Simmons, come in to shut down the Bay Sox in the 9th.
Pitch, foul back. Well, it's possible.
A little 2-out magic would be nice.
He did have the night off last night, but worked 4 innings, throwing 55 pitches on Saturday.
He's a workhorse. He's also a good movie critic, I hear. Good selection.
Yes, he does. On the team bus, CO1, way outside. 1 and 2 in the Irish Army is just leading chants and after chant down there. They've got a big round of applause for their performance.
Can we get an encore?
They're very good. The 1-2. Breaking ball is inside, 2 and 2. So Harrison on the mound right now for the Bay Sox. 3 defensive changes in the inning. A 2-2 pitch. Foul tip to the screen. Johnson stays alive. Should he reach, Derek Legg waits on deck, but there are 2 outs. Here in the 8th inning, it's 7-6. Newport Gulls lead the New Bedford Bay Sox. Nick Lima, George Bissell here in the ACBL Broadcast Network. As Johnson pinwheels the bat, looks out on Harrison. 2-2. Ground ball, chopped to the third base side. A pair of hops, Hobbits up with it, throws across. In time, inning over. A 1-2-3 inning of relief for Greg Harrison. Here in the 8th, we go to the 9th. 7-6. Gulls lead the Bay Sox here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here now at Cardines Field, we go to the top of the 9th inning. Exactly 9 o'clock here on the East Coast as Dexter Price got the strikeout looking of pitcher to Caleb Brown in the 8th. A tough jam. Comes on here for his first full inning of relief. The pitch is in outside, ball 1. He hopes it will be only inning of relief. Tight game. Newport 7, New Bedford 6. Here in the 9th, the pitch. Fastball just misses inside. Ball 2. Mark Furtado strike zone was so consistent early in the game. Later innings here, it seems to have tightened up considerably as that one was given outside for a strike.
Yeah, not sure what to say. Certainly has changed. It's an interesting observation.
2-1 pitch is fouled to the screen. The count is 2-2 on Stevens, who's 1 for 4, drove in a run on a single in the second, was caught stealing in that inning. Bounces second, line to short where he had a hit robbed from him by Kenny DeKroger. Struck out looking.
A couple web gems in this game.
Pitch is up and away. Ball 3. And Newport's defense certainly effective tonight. 1 error in the game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Strikeout to end the 8th, a strikeout to start the 9th for Dexter Price.
He's now struck out every batter he's retired so far this season. 5 strikeouts, 5 outs.
Here's Eric Hobbits. Hobbits walked,
Third baseman,
popped to third,
Number
popped
6,
short, reached
Eric
on an error.
Harbutz.
Takes first pitch, ball 1. Gulls go back on the road tomorrow for the longest road trip of the season. Distance-wise, number of days as the 1-0 pitch misses. In fact, throughout the season, Newport is never on the road for more than 2 days consecutively. So 2-0 is in there for a strike. Harvard's can't believe it this time. Newport goes to Vermont tomorrow, 6:30 start time. Be on the air at 6:20. Pre-game show on the NBC Broadcast Network and ESPN Radio 1240 WSKI. Next pitch is outside. Hitters count 3-1 on Eric. Gulls come home tomorrow night, then go back on the road the next day to face Lowell as this one misses ball 4. So to face Vermont and Lowell as the Gulls get interdivision play underway tomorrow night. Return for Eastern Division action against Lowell on Thursday at Stocklosser Alumni Field. I believe that's also a 6:30 start. And then Newport will host Vermont and wrap up that 2-game season series here in Newport on Friday night. And then go back on the road on Saturday for the first ever trip to Bristol, Connecticut.
So tying runs here on base, and Zach Morton, who's reached 3 times in 4 plate appearances, is at the dish here.
First pitch he sees is inside ball 1. He's walked twice, or rather once, and singled twice. 5 to center as well. The 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner, 1-1.
So the Gulls 2 outs away from win number 6 on the season. 3-1 at home so far this year.
Price from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Sanford Mainers lead the North Shore Navigators 5-4 in the last of the 8th, but looks like the Navigators are threatening. They've got 2 on with 2 out. Runners at second and third there. The pitch swung on, looped into left field. They'll roll in for a base hit. Runners out at first and second now as Hobbit stops at second base and the tying run in scoring position. Now, if Newport can hold on to this narrow 1-run lead, if North Shore can mount a comeback, the Gulls and the Mainers could once again be tied for first place in the East.
Here comes manager Mike Coombs out of the dugout.
He may decide to go to one of his harder throwers here. Let's see if he makes a move to the bullpen. He has not signaled yet. Usually when he comes out, it's sort of automatic, but this time he does. So a pitching change coming to this game from Cardines Field. We'll keep it here live as a new pitcher comes on. Runners at first and second. Dexter Price exits the game. The Gulls bring on the 5th pitcher of the night. Game summary so far for the Gulls. They lead Bay Sox 7-6. Eric Swegman for the Bay Sox. Granted to start tonight, he went 5 2/3, but couldn't get out of the 6th inning. The Newport Gulls retook the lead. Originally, Newport had a 3-1 lead, but the Bay Sox fought their way back, take the lead 4-3 as they tagged Newport Gulls starter Mark Appel for 3 runs. Well, 4 runs were actually, 2 of them earned, 2 of them unearned. Kevin Kilpatrick then came on, was outstanding relief. He retired all 7 men he faced, including 3 strikeouts, 1 in each of the innings he worked, including coming on in a big jam in the 5th inning. Meanwhile, Abe Bob came on in relief for the Bay Sox after letting a couple of inherited runners score, allowed a couple more to score, and the Newport Gulls retook the lead. They added a couple more in the inning and led it 7-4. Greg Harrison came on relief in the 8th. He got the side in order on 2 groundouts and a flyout. But Jeff Brown came on in the top of the 8th for the Newport Gulls, out a 2-run homer to Mike Greco. That put the Bay Sox within 1 run. 2 more runners, base runners would reach for the base Sox, but a base running blunder at third base will put 2 outs on the board. Brown was knocked out of the game. Dexter Price came in the 8th inning, struck out Caleb Brown, the pinch hitter, in a key moment with the tying run at third. That made it 7-6 Newport Gulls. Now we're here in the 9th. The runners at first and second, and just 1 out. A new pitcher is on for Newport.
That's Matt Francisco out of Villanova, a left-handed pitcher, making his first appearance, late addition to the roster here for Coach Mike Coombs. Gonna take a look to see if we can find him on the roster here. He's gonna be called on in a tight spot. You talked about, Nick, the turning point in this game. Micah Green thrown out at third, the tying run.
So Francisco, the 6'5", 225-pound left-hander,
Mike Greco.
enters the game here in a tough jam, making his Newport Gull debut with runners at first and second, 1 out, and Mike Greco. That 2-run homer to left, and an RBI single, ground out the short and struck out. He's 2 for 4. The pitch swung on, popped up right side, and will get out of play beyond the grandstand. Francisco from Villanova, drafted in the 45th round in this year's draft by the Philadelphia Phillies. After he was drafted, signed with Newport on June 11th. Villanova appeared in 25 games or in relief. He was 2-2, 7 saves, an ERA of 3.46. Struck out 35 in 26 innings, walking 12 as the pitch is high. 1-1. Incredible stats at Villanova this spring.
So he's been in this situation before, leading the Wildcats in saves. We'll see what he does in a tight spot here. Newport clings to a 1-run lead in the 9th.
Francisco, one of the 20 Newport Gulls to be drafted the last couple of weeks. Just finished up his junior season at Villanova. So we'll be hoping to get drafted a little higher next year. Native of Newton Square, Pennsylvania. 2 on, 1 out here in the 9th. 7-6 Newport.
It's good to see the local franchise taking notice of the local college kids, what they're doing on the mound.
1-1 is swung on and missed.
Nice pitch.
1-2. Greco demonstrated his power with that 2-run bomb off of Jeff Brown in the 8th. Outfield plays deep. Infield just shy of double play depth. From the stretch, Francisco's 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
A bit of a waste pitch there. Don't want to leave anything over the plate ahead in the count.
Now it's a final out of Lowell. The All-Americans defeat the Muskrats 2-1. So Laconia's struggles continue on the road. From the set, the 2-2. Swung on and miss. He struck him out. Big strikeout in the inning for Matt Francisco. He has 1 more out to get. It is a save situation. He could be picking up his first here as the Gulls bullpen has been pretty much drained over the last few days. John Farrell used last night. Seth Simmons for 4 innings the night before. Mike Coombs going to a couple of his newer players here in Brown and Francisco. Kilpatrick. Here's Adam Nelson. The pitch. Slow inside, ball 1. Nelson 0 for 4. Flied out to right field twice. Skied to left and struck out. So Lowell win over Laconia 2-1. They're still playing the top of the 9th. Sanford is extending their lead over North Shore 7-4. So things stand right now. Newport would still be a game back in the Eastern Division. They will have second place all them to themselves with a win here tonight. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Adam Nelson 0 for 4 in this game. But a hit here. Bring the tying run around third base here in the 9th.
Pitch is low.
Nice save.
Blocked by Nugent. It's 2-1. And a tight ball game here in the later innings. The Gulls trying to shut the door here in the 9th as Matt Francisco looks in on Adam Nelson. He sets, kicks in, deals. Fastball outside corner, and the Bay Sox are down to their last strike. Newport looking to improve to 2-0 against New Bedford this season. Runners at first and second, and 2 down here in the ninth. Francisco toes the rubber. He gets a sign from Nugent. A look in, he comes to the stretch. He's ready. A 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, did he go? No. He did not, according to base umpire Roger Saraiva. And the count has worked full. Third base open. Mika Green, who ran for Matt Chavez in the 8th, waits on deck. 3-2 the count. Francisco sets the payoff pitch. Instead, he stares the runner back to second base as Hobbits retreats.
Goes to the full count. The runners going to be on the move here.
They come to their feet at Cardines Field. 2 on, 2 out in the ninth. 7-6 Gulls. Francisco from the stretch. The payoff pitch. The runners go. Struck him out looking.
Just got to throw it down to first.
Throw to first is in time, and this one's over. The Newport Gulls defeat the New Bedford Bay Sox 7-6 here at Cardines Field as Matt Francisco comes on the ninth to pick up the save, strikes out both batters he faces, and Newport wins it. A close one tonight, 7-6, as the Gulls retain sole possession of second place in the NECBL East, improved to 6-3 in the season, and the Bay Sox drop to 2-3. Stay tuned. The Newport Gulls post-game report begins next. Don't go away. We'll be back with totals, highlights, standings, and of course our exclusive interview with the Newport Gulls player of the game. It's all next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field here in Newport as Newport Gulls win this one 7-6 the final. This is our Newport Gulls post-game report. Nick Klima, George Bissell, as the Newport Gulls win their second straight.
Player of the game tonight has to be Kevin Kilpatrick. Came out of the bullpen, picks up the win. 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, doesn't allow a base runner. Excellent job. We're going to grab him for the post-game interview tonight.
So the Newport Gulls roll past the Bay Sox. This offensive explosion continues for Newport. They continue with these high-scoring games. You're not seeing too many low scorers for Newport. I think with the lowest number of runs they've scored is you have to go back to the first couple games of the season when they only scored a pair of runs or 1 run against opponents like Sanford and North Shore.
Obviously, the offense, the bats have been hot, especially against New Bedford. They scored 12 runs the first outing. They scored 8 here, so that's 20 runs in 2 games so far this season against New Bedford. So great job tonight by the Gulls. Jeff Brown struggled a little bit, but the Gulls held on in the end for the win.
All right, George, we'll see you downstairs in just a few minutes as our post-game report continues. We'll have a player of the game interview coming up. But first, next, it's the totals and out-of-town scores segment right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. So as back here at Cardines Field, our post-game report continues. Totals in this one for the Newport Gulls. 7 runs on 9 hits, an error, 5 left on base for the New Bedford Bay Sox. 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They stranded 8. Starters in this one. Mark Appel for the Gulls went 4 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Picks up no decision as Eric Segwin went 5 2/3, 6 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, hit 2 batters. Eric, who was making his second start of the season, Segman picks up the loss. And he drops to 1-1. The game was watched by 2,259 here at Cardines Field. It took 2 hours and 40 minutes to play. The win will go to Kevin Kilpatrick in relief. Kevin came on in the 5th inning in relief of Mark Appel, was outstanding. Retired all 7 of the batters he faced, striking out 3. Save goes to Mike Francisco, his first of the season. There was one home run hit this game by Mike Greco, 2-run bomb off of Jeff Brown coming in the 8th inning. Game took 2 hours, 40 minutes to play. It was watched by 2,259 here at Cardines Field. The out-of-town scores now. We go to the top of the ninth. North Shore at Sanford. Sanford Mainers at Goodall Park leading right now 7-4. And we'll see if there's been... And actually now, Sanford Mainers just recorded the third out, so it is now a final. Now a final out of Sanford as the Mainers defeat the Navigators 7-4. The Navigators fall to 0-6 on the season, and the Mainers improve to 7-2, retain possession of first place in the ACBL East by themselves, still one game ahead of the Newport Gulls. Newport with the win improves to 6-3, one game back of the Mainers. They gain a little bit of ground too on the Laconia Muskrats, who are chasing Newport just a half a game back. Laconia falls tonight in the other action here in the ACBL. Laconia are at Lowell. It's the All-Americans with a 2-1 victory. That's the final there as well. The All-Americans improve to 3-3 on the season. Stay 2.5 games back of first place Sanford. Laconia drops to 2.5 games back, also now tied for third place with the All-Americans. The Bedford Bay Sox, with the loss tonight, fall to 3 games back, 2-3 in the season, and drop to 4th place in the NECBL East, or rather 5th place in the NECBL East. In the Western Division, there is no action, as North Adams, Danbury, Bristol, Holyoke, Keene, and Vermont all have the night off. So that's your totals and your out-of-town scores here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls improved to 2-1 against the 2-0 against the New Bedford Bay Sox this season. 4 games remaining in the season series. Next game on Sunday, July 4th. That'll be here at Newport. A Gulls player of the game, Kevin Kilpatrick, picked up the win in relief. Next Newport Gulls game broadcast. The Gulls travel to Vermont tomorrow. We'll be on the air the pregame show 6:20. First pitch at 6:30. As Newport travels to Vermont for the first and only time of the regular season. Probable pitcher for the Newport Gulls will be announced. Next following home game for the Newport Gulls after they travel to Lowell on Thursday. Newport returns home to face the Vermont Mountaineers again on Friday, June 18th. Or the pregame show for that one at 6:05. First pitch at 6:35. We hope you join us then. One more time, your final here at Cardines Field. Newport Gulls win it 7-6 here and go back on the road for a 2-game trip starting tomorrow. Don't go away, because we're not done yet. Down on the field with the post-game report and our player of the game interview next here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back here at Cardines Field. Now I'm joined by Gulls player of the game, Nick Lima, George Bissell. It's Kevin Kilpatrick. Kevin, welcome here to the post-game report.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing too bad. And, of course, you just joined the Gulls a couple days ago.
Today, actually.
You drove up today.
Yeah. I drove today, and, I just had to get some work in. And I thought I was only going to throw in the bullpen, but then Coach told me I'd be live, so just went out there and competed.
How about that? Faced 7 batters, retiring 3 of them away the strikeout, and now a runner reached base as you picked up the win in relief here tonight.
It felt really good, getting to know everybody. The crowd was into it. My teammates were behind me, and just pitched like I always try to.
So where are you from, Kevin?
I'm from Queens, New York.
So is this your first time in Rhode Island?
First time. From St. John's, so.
So I'd ask how you like it so far, but all you've seen so far is this ballpark.
I haven't seen much at all, but I hope to see the whole island by the time the summer's over.
George?
So I want to ask you, what was going through your mind when you got the call on the bullpen? You came in a tight spot. Mark was struggling a little bit at the end. What were your thoughts running in from the pen?
I just took everything my college coaches told me. Just compete every time I was out there and just tried to get each batter out and not worry about the next one, and it seems to be working.
So what are your goals for the summer? What are you trying to get out of your experience here with the Gulls? Head back to St. John's.
The beaches, and also getting a lot better shape running-wise, and to throw a lot more strikes and harder.
All right, thanks. That's all from me. Back to you, Nick.
Thanks, George. So, Kevin, I look forward to seeing you later on in the season. Congratulations again on the victory tonight, and good luck in the road as Gulls go to Vermont tomorrow.
Thank you.
And then our post-game report continues next. We'll be right back to wrap things up here on the ACBL Broadcast Network. So the Newport Gulls celebrate the win here at Cardines Field, and Cardines Field continues to be very good to the Newport Gulls. Of course, Newport was 17-3 last season here at the City by the Sea. Now improved to 4-1 at home here in 2010, 2-0 against the Bay Sox. George Bissell.
Pitching tonight wasn't as dominant as we've come to expect, but Kevin Kilpatrick out of the bullpen was excellent. Jeff Brown, obviously, he gave up a 2-run homer, but the bullpen able to recover and shut him down. Dexter Price. And it was just another good performance tonight from the Gulls offense. They've now scored 20 runs in 2 games against New Bedford, and that's going to get it done. Anytime you score double-digit runs in a ball game, you're going to pick up a W. So 8 tonight, and the Gulls pick up the win.
Thank you, George. So the Newport Gulls win it here tonight at Cardines Field. The final score, Newport 7 and New Bedford 6. Gulls go on the road tomorrow, the longest road trip of the season, to Montpelier, Vermont. As Newport's team bus leaves at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be on the air in Montpelier with the pregame show on the NCBL Broadcast Network and ESPN Radio 1240 WSKI at 6:20. First pitch at 6:30. We hope you'll join us then. Let's pause for a moment and thank those who made this broadcast possible. The executive producer of Newport Gulls Baseball and our director tonight, Tom Lima. Our on-site engineer making his debut here with the crew was Jason Jazanowski. Also our left field cameraman was Jacob Holt. For George Bissell and our statistician, Josh Leibowitz, I'm Nick Lima here at Cardines Field. Newport wins it tonight. Final score, 7-6. Go back on the road to face Vermont tomorrow. On the road again to face Lowell in Lowell, Massachusetts on Thursday. And the Gulls finally return home here to Cardines Field to face Vermont again on Wednesday. We'll be on the air for that next home game at 6:05, the pregame show. First pitch at 6:35. We hope you'll join us then. For George Bissell, I'm Nick Lima. Thank you all for watching. One final time, the Gulls win it here, 7-6. And until our next broadcast, so long, everybody.